out even more to the immigrant community of what we can and can't do, just to alleviate some of the fear. So she, working along with myself and Deputy LeBreton, came up with a one-page guide. She had it translated in 3 different languages, I believe Portuguese, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. That'll be posted on the town's website. She will be presenting it to different immigrant groups. Again, get our message out and alleviate some fears that people may have in their interactions with the Plymouth Police.
Town Manager Derek Brindisi says the policy will help the Plymouth community understand the do's and don'ts when it comes to local police interacting with ICE.
This really will help people understand, what the town's responsibilities are and what the town's responsibilities do not have to be. So now this is public, we really want to go into the community and talk to community members that have these concerns and really get them to understand what our limited role is when it comes to ICE enforcement.
The policy will soon be on the Town of Plymouth website. Well, Governor Maura Healey says she wants to add 10 gigawatts of power to the state supply of energy. Her goal, to lower residents' bills.
Bring in more energy into Massachusetts to lower your bills.
Governor signed an executive order to bring in new power resources by 2035.
Agencies have been directed to get to work. They're already hard at work at this. And today is the invitation to everybody else. We're a team that's going to work with you. We're all in this together. And every day I need people just getting after it. Every day to figure out ways to get this done, to bring the different kinds of energy sources online. And somebody said it's unsexy work. It is unsexy work, but it's work that needs doing, that's worth doing.
The governor making the announcement this week at a press conference.
Because this is about Massachusetts. This is about our residents. This is about our businesses. This is about our economy. This is about our future of who we are. And I'm proud of this state. This state leads in so much. Not only were we the first state to take on the EPA and force the EPA to actually regulate emissions levels, so important in our fight to combat climate change. We're also #1 right now for innovation and what we're able to do in technology. And our Massachusetts GDP is responsible for a lot of this nation's growth. I'll just say that. America needs us, and they need us to do well.
Governor Healey pushing for what she calls an all-of-the-above approach that would include solar, wind, gas, geothermal, along with hydro. We'll be back. We're going to take a look at traffic and weather together right after this from St. Anne's Credit Union.
What if I told you that you can apply for a loan or open an account on the go or right from home? Since 1936, St. Anne's Credit Union offers a friendly, hometown feel with big bank capabilities. See why they're a leading lender and voted #1 by the people of the South Coast by visiting StAnnes.com. That's STANNES.com. NMLS number 525435. Equal Housing Opportunity. Member MSIC.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. The time now is 7:09, and taking a look at the expressway northbound, that's heavy and slow from Furnace Brook up towards Columbia Road. We're also dealing with delays on the top end of Route 3 on the northbound side through Braintree. Southbound side is a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 east, some delays at the Bourne. 24 is slowing down around Harrison Boulevard in Avon. 93, some reduced speeds coming out of Braintree over to Ponkapog, and then 128 is heavy, 95 up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. And the rain will end overnight. And Saturday, clouds breaking the sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
26 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 7:10. It's a Thursday. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you. We've got Rom Hakala right here on 95.9 WATD.
Thank you, Christine. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to South Shore's Morning News, Thursday edition. Coming to you here from Broadcast House. Thanks for listening on the radio, and also we have the YouTube camera fired up as well. You can check us out on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can watch the show there, and you can also comment as well. The comment chat page is open. Some people enjoy that. And, of course, you can always text into the show as well, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree, 781-837-4900. Coming up in an hour, we'll have Bob Terravecchia on, Coastal Heritage Bank. And then at 8:40, Maria Allen will be with us. She is the editor, South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. And I mentioned, Christine, time is running out to get your votes in for the best of the South Shore. So please go and vote. A lot of great businesses, including our own, WATD Radio. We are nominated for Best Local FM Radio Station.
Very nice. Just Google it and it comes up.
Yes, South Shore Home Life and Style magazine, and you should be able to click right on there. And all you have to do is just enter in an email address, because they need to make sure that, if they just have straight voting, otherwise people could kind of go on there and just continuously vote for themselves. So they do ask you put in one email, and then what you do is you can vote once a day. So there you go. SouthShoreHomeLifeandStyle.com. SouthShoreHomeLifeandStyle.com. And we're up for Best FM Radio Station. You can vote for Best AM Radio Station on there as well. And also, as we mentioned, we're very excited. WATD Radio is nominated, but several personalities here, including myself. But everyone that's nominated is from here. So it worked out
awesome.
well. I know. We're going to win this category. That's great. So that could be either myself or Audrey, John Shea, Jared Valenzola, and Miles Heeger, all up for Best Personalities. So check that out.
Cast those votes.
Best of the South Shore. Still time to vote, and a lot of great...
And don't forget podcasts, too.
Oh, that's right, for Chris Bethany. Chris and Sophia Bethany, their show, which gets posted up, and they also do other shows that are not on the radio. And so that was entered into the podcast category. And they're up for that as well, and so vote for them. I've been voting for them, and also you can vote for favorite beach and favorite coffee shop, favorite donut shop. They have best bartender, best place to have a wedding, best place for golf. I mean, they have every category you can think of is on there. So go and support your local businesses who enjoy winning those categories and displaying those signs that they get. You've probably seen them in several businesses. When you go in, they get a Best of the South Shore award. We have it up in our lobby.
It's great. Nice to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it happens. It's terrific.
So, good stuff. Best of the
Deserved.
South Shore. So get out and vote. And Maria will be with us at 8:40 to talk about that, because it's almost towards the end of the voting season. I think.
When does that end? Do you know? End of the month?
I think it goes through the 20. I think it almost. Let me see here if I can load it up here. Is it March 23rd?
So Monday.
Oh my. Okay. So we'll talk to Maria, see if they're going to extend that. If not, then you really got to get your votes in now, because there aren't too many days left. Let's see. So today is officially the last day of winter. The vernal equinox arrives tomorrow. Yay. At 10:46 Eastern Time, marking the beginning of Christine's favorite season.
Spring. I love it.
So there
finally,
you go.
all the snow is the 5-foot drifts of snow on my deck have finally melted.
That's a nice thing to have.
Yes.
Let's see. Today is Free Vanilla Cone Day at Dairy Queen. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Every Dairy Queen?
says 1 per customer. The offer doesn't apply to any dairy locations in a mall, and it's only in person. Oh, all right. Well, I'll have to see if I know there's one in Hanover.
And there's one in Marshfield.
And the one in Marshfield, has that opened up yet? Dairy Queen Free Cone Day today. Today is also, let's see, the start of Men's March Madness. Do you do brackets? I've never done a bracket.
I've never done that, but we do watch it. And I was looking
Yeah.
at the whole chart, which I took a look at.
It's exciting.
I like watching college basketball.
It's always great when an underdog wins, right?
I believe Duke is going in number 1 again. The Blue Devils.
Ooh, every office turns into a gambling lair.
Gambling lair.
The first round of the NCAA men's tournament starts today. The women's tournament tips off on Friday, March Madness. So bracket time.
Sound of all those squeaking sneakers.
Yes, but some great stories.
Always.
Through the years as well. So that's great. Let's see. Also, woman steals red carpet to decorate her apartment. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so after the Oscars, do they throw out that whole red carpet? Let's see. Unless you can scale an 8-foot security fence and cut yourself off a piece, just like a woman in L.A. did. She walked away with a nice 8-by-5-foot area rug. Just what she needed after moving into her new apartment.
How convenient in her lovely foyer. Maybe a little glitter left on it.
That's kind of interesting. Okay.
And she didn't get caught?
Well, I feel like there's a story about it. I guess there must be I guess she did get caught. I don't know. I guess they must have found her. Typically, the 50,000 square feet of red carpet. Wow, they do, I guess, try to recycle it, I guess. That makes sense. Probably you always think that there's so much for one night, right? They must reuse part of it for something
maybe
else.
in the past chopped it up and sold it in Building 19.
Yes, Building 19. Bits of Oscar rug. I can see that in a flyer.
Can you see that? That's what I was thinking immediately.
Yeah, in the old flyers.
Or illegally in your apartment.
Oh boy. Well, you miss Building 19 still?
Yeah, I do because I used to go. I used to go
so
there
many
all
people
the time.
used to have that. Let's see. Carrie from Pembroke says best beach in her opinion is Green Harbor. It's probably in there.
Oh yeah.
Duxbury Beach is I usually like voting for Nantasket. I always think that's just a fun for the whole thing. But yeah, best beach. We'll find out who wins this year. And the best of the South Shore, Carrie from Pembroke says, "Thank you, Christine. Welcome spring."
Glad I could be responsible. No,
There you
just
go.
kidding. I do. I love spring.
Yeah. So 781-837-4900 to chime in on any topic or anything you want to pass along today here on the South Shore's Morning News, where the time now is 7:18. Coming up, we'll get to traffic and weather in the nines. And we'll get to the morning sports in our digital pro, Kim Commando. But first, watching your money. Here is CBS's Jason Brooks.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell said he expected better progress on inflation and that Fed members discussed a potential rate hike as the central bank's next move, although saying that's not the base case for most Fed members. Investors were also under pressure from the government's Producer Price Index, showing wholesale inflation unexpectedly surging higher by 3.4% in February. The Dow took a 768-point dive to 46,225. The Nasdaq plummeted 327 points to 22,152, and the S&P dropped 91 points to 6624. Jason Brooks, CBS News.
(7:19) WATD traffic and weather on the nines, and taking a look at the expressway northbound, heavy and slow from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. We're looking at a 31-minute drive time from Braintree to Boston. Route 3 is slow by Union Street on the northbound side, but overall not too bad along Route 3 this morning. 93 is slow from Route 37 in Braintree over to Ponkapog, and then we have more delays, 128, 95 to 109. 24 north delays start after Harrison Boulevard in Avon. We have some reduced speeds down at the Sagamore and Bourne getting on Cape. Traffic on the nines every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details. And we do have our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. And Rob, your report is being sponsored this morning by Croy Health. Croy Health, formerly NVA and a hospice, proud to provide quality home care, hospice, and palliative services to 27 towns from Plymouth to Milton. Visit croyhealth.org, CROI health.org.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. And the rain will end overnight, and Saturday, clouds breaking the sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
26 right now in Marshfield at the weather station WATD. Coming up next, we'll get an update on the morning sports. And then we'll check in with our digital pro, Kim Commando, on WATD.
I'm Renee McGinnis, and I've been honored to lead the largest provider of home care, hospice, and palliative services in 27 towns from Milton to Plymouth. I'm excited to share that we have rebranded as Croy Health, still an independent, non-profit organization. NVNA and Hospice is a part of our legacy, and Croy Health represents all that we do in our commitment to growth. Learn more at croyhealth.org.
.22. It's time now for WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. A win for the Celtics last night at the Garden. Jaylen Brown scored 23 of his 32 points in the first half, and the Celtics rolled to a 120-99 win over the Golden State Warriors. Jason Tatum added 24 points and 10 rebounds for the Celtics, who have won 3 straight. Now, the Celtics tomorrow will be taking on the Grizzlies in Memphis at 8 o'clock. Tonight, the Bruins host the Winnipeg Jets at the Garden. That'll be at 7. The Red Sox lost to the Yankees yesterday, 1-0 in spring training. Now, the Red Sox this evening will be hosting the Minnesota Twins at JetBlue Park in Florida, and that will be at 6:05 this evening for the Red Sox in spring training. And now let's get more on the national sports here, as we talked about getting ready for March Madness and all the rest of the national sports. We'll turn it over now to the AP's Gethin Coolbaugh, who has more for us in this report on WATD. As we check in this morning, and we're going to do that in just a moment, as we'll check in with Gethin Coolbaugh on WATD. Let's see here. Do we have Gethin's report? We do. Okay. All right. We're going to get to Gethin in just a moment on WATD, as we'll get to that report for you just ahead on WATD. Also, in just a moment, we'll be checking in with our digital pro, Kim Commando. Kim will be checking in just a moment as well on WATD. But first, let's check in now with the AP's Gethin Coolbaugh, and we do have that update now for you on the national sports. Gethin.
AP Sports, I'm Gethin Coolbaugh. Miami of Ohio made a March Madness statement to advance with an 89-79 win over SMU in a first 4 matchup of 11 seeds. Ian Elmer scored 23 points.
We're not really focused on proving whether we belong, honestly. Everybody in the locker room thinks we do.
Prairie View A&M secured its first NCAA tournament win, 67-55 over fellow 16-seed Lehigh. In the women's first 4, Nebraska topped fellow 11-seed Richmond 70 75-66, and 16-seed Missouri State beat Stephen F. Austin 85-75. UConn Sarah Strong and AZ Fudd headline the women's AP All-America first team. MLB, Shohei Ohtani tossed 4 1/3 scoreless innings in his spring training pitching debut for the Dodgers. And NFL, the Eagles acquired veteran backup quarterback Andy Dalton from the Panthers. Gethin Coolbaugh, AP Sports.
Hi, this is Alyssa McNamara-Reed with McNamara Financial in Marshfield. I love Roth IRAs. I love taxes, or at least how they overlap with investments and sometimes can be mitigated. I don't love annuities. I do love helping people with their investments and planning for their financial futures. I'm a problem solver and I like new challenges. There, now you know almost everything about me. Give me a call so I can learn about you. 781-834-2010 or McNamaraFinancial.com.
Hello, this is Duncan Gray of Eldred's Auctioneers and Appraisers and host of the Eldred's Antique Hour. Have you ever thought about the value of lunchboxes from the 1960s or 1970s? Did you know that Henry Ford had an integral part in the creation of the first charcoal briquettes? Please join us here on Saturday mornings from 10 to 11 when we continue these discussions and much more with fascinating guests, your call-ins regarding antiques, arts, and auctions, and the historical context that makes these items so interesting. Right here on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show. Or catch the podcast anytime at 959watd.com.
Good morning, I'm Rob Hakala coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank studios. Coastal Heritage Bank, community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. We'll update the traffic and the weather. Coming up, we check it every 10 minutes on the 9s. And so far, building volume, but no incidents on the highways. Slow traffic on the expressway, starting right at the split, but no crashes or breakdowns. We'll get the update on traffic and weather next. But first, time now to check in with our WATD Digital Pro. Here's Kim Commando.
In this fall's midterm elections, every member of the U.S. House of Representatives, 1/3 of the Senate, and 36 gubernatorial races will be decided. You might be tempted to ask AI about the candidates you love or hate, but a word of caution first. I'm Kim Commando for Carbonite, my #1 choice for cloud backup. Get 75% off at carbonite.com/Kim. Live a better digital life with Carbonite. Now, don't misunderstand me. By all means, research your candidates and ballot measures, but do stay away from AI. Here's why. Google's AI chatbot Gemini flagged several Republicans, but no Democrats when asked to identify senators who have made statements that violate the Senate's hate speech policies. Even ChatGPT admits to its own bias. Here's its quote. Research finds that some AI models, including ChatGPT, lean toward left. Grok AI often leans right. Regardless of which side of the political aisle you're on, AI is not ready to help you vote. Hey, be sure to sign up for my free newsletters. Do it now at getkim.com.
WATD time is 7:28 on the South Shore's Morning News. Coming up, we'll get the top stories of the morning on the way at 7:30. We'll check in with Christine James, get you updated on the everything going on in the news. And next half hour on WATD, we'll tell you more about Dancing with Our Stars that's coming up. We'll remind you about that. That is going to be tomorrow night, coming to you from the Indian Pond Country Club in Kingston, raising money for the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce One Fund. We'll give another shout out to those great local people involved that have been taking dance lessons for the last several weeks to go out and finally perform for you tomorrow night. 7:29 WATD traffic and weather. On the 9s and taking a look at the ride on the expressway northbound, traffic heavy from the Braintree split up towards Andrews Square. Route 3 is not too bad along the South Shore. Some pockets up in Braintree. 93 is slow out of Braintree over to Canton. 128 heavy, 95 to 109. 24 north delays start before 139. And not seeing any big delays on 44, but we are seeing a slowdown 3 south at the Sagamore, and also a delay getting over the Bourne Bridge on Cape. South Shore weather. We'll have a blend of sun and clouds, 45 tonight. Variable clouds, a low 30, and then tomorrow Sun giving way to increasing clouds with a light rain shower tomorrow afternoon with a high near 54. 26 right now in Marshfield. Good morning. It is 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
26 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:30. Meteorologist Rob Gilman is in the house today. He's calling for a high of 45 degrees, and an approaching warm front is going to bring some cloudiness today. News this hour brought to you by the folks at Weemeyer Dentistry. Experience quality care with state-of-the-art equipment that will exceed your expectations every step of the way. Online at weemeyerdentistry.com. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
This is day 20 of the Iran war, and President Trump is making a new threat. Correspondent Jared Hill has our top story.
Overnight, President Trump threatening to blow up a key Iranian gas field if it continues attacks on a liquid natural gas hub in Qatar. Iran says the attack was in retaliation to Israel's strikes on its gas field. Trump posting the U.S. knew nothing about the strike. Multiple Gulf states are calling for calm.
The price of Brent crude has hit $114 a barrel. European gas prices soared 35% today. The national average in the U.S. is up 5 cents from yesterday to $3.84 a gallon. In California, the average $5.61 a gallon. State Republicans, including Senator Tony Strickland, introduced legislation to temporarily suspend the state gas tax.
Members, this bill is about affordability. It's about immediate relief for California families.
The Democrats, like Catherine Blake Spear, have blocked it.
It funds things that include housing, transportation, air monitoring, CAL FIRE.
That's CBS. Meanwhile, a man with a knife died after being shot by police in a Weymouth Park. That incident happening at Webb State Park on River Street in North Weymouth has happened about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The Norfolk County DA's office says that Weymouth police responded to the park for reports of a man in distress. When officers arrived, they found the man with a knife in the restroom. And as I had mentioned earlier today, they are saying that this is an officer-involved shooting, but they don't specifically say that police shot the man. However, WCVB reports a source told them that the man lunged at the officers with the knife and he was shot. Officers immediately rendered medical aid. He was taken to South Shore Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. His name not been released yet. The incident is being investigated by the state police and the Norfolk County District Attorney.
Dental problems always seem to occur at the most inconvenient times. I'm Dr. Sean O'Brien of Weemeyer Dentistry. Don't let a broken tooth or dental infection ruin your plans. Let our team of hygienists and dentists show you why so many people trust us with their smiles. We offer the latest in dental technology in our comfortable, state-of-the-art facility. If you're looking for a dental office to call home, call us today, 781-934-5292, or find us on the web at weemeyerdentistry.com.
7:33 here on 95.9. News now sponsored by Cape Cod 5. They're passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Well, the Plymouth Police Department's policy about how it interacts with immigration enforcement agents will soon be on the town website. Town manager is Derek Brindisi.
The board approved what we call a front-facing document that it's a very simple document to read. It outlines what the police department, our police department does when interfacing with ICE agents, the do's and don'ts.
Plymouth Police Chief Dana Flynn says the policy outlines what the department does when it comes to dealing with ICE.
The fact that we do not enforce immigration law, we do not ask immigration status, even though the word ICE is in our name, police, we are not ICE. That if somebody calls us on 911 for help, we don't ask about immigration status. We ask, where are you and what can we do to help?
The policy will soon be on the Town of Plymouth website. Well, NOAA is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's NOAA, and they're considering changes to the vessel speed rule, which was put in place to help protect North Atlantic right whales. Nancy Downs of Oceana telling the South Shore's Morning News with Rob Hakala that the public comment on the issue can still be submitted.
Just earlier this month, NOAA, which for folks listening, if they don't know what that is, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, which is part of our government, issued an advance notice that it'll consider deregulating existing rules, also known as the vessel speed rule, that would protect these whales from ship strikes, and public comment ends June 2nd. So hopefully we can post on your website, and if not, folks can go to Oceana in New England, and we'll post information on how they can submit a comment to the Federal Register. And it's really easy. People think, oh God, I don't know what to write to the government. What am I supposed to say? Be passionate. Tell your story, explain why North Atlantic right whales might matter to you. Maybe you've never seen one before and you'd like them to be around when you do, or you'd like them to be around for your kids to see, or you've learned the value that they play in the ocean ecosystem. So we need to protect these whales. So we really need as many people to chime in on the Federal Register and urge the vessel speed rule to remain the same.
Now, more information about this issue can be found on the Oceana New England Facebook page, and that is spelled O-C-E-A-N-A. Well, Governor Maura Healey has an energy goal. She says she wants to lower residents' energy bills, and she wants to add 10 gigawatts of power to the state's supply of energy here in Massachusetts. The governor has signed an executive order to bring in new power resources by 2035.
The innovations that we've led on in healthcare, we're number one in healthcare. The innovations that we've brought to bear, including in the defense industry, which is very, very important now. These are all products out of Massachusetts. So I think everybody's committed to this, and we're going to get to work right away on all of this. And, you know, we're also going to continue to work with the legislature, because it is important that we get that additional legislation passed, that energy affordability bill passed, because it's going to do a couple things right away. You know, right away.
That's right. Governor Healey also pushing House Bill 4144. She says this will lead to $13 billion in savings.
Utilities, get this, utilities aren't required to purchase energy at the cheapest price. And all utilities do is they take whatever that is and they pass it on to the customers. We want to change that. Utilities need to be able to purchase at the lowest price so that we're getting the benefit of the lowest cost. The bill also will take unnecessary charges off people's bills, charges that we don't need right now. Those two things alone are going to drive down people's bills.
And the governor says she made this announcement surrounded by stakeholders. This was at a press conference a little bit earlier this week.
Because this is about Massachusetts. This is about our residents. This is about our businesses. This is about our economy. You know, this is about our future of who we are. And I'm proud of this state. You know, this state leads in so much. Not only were we the first state to take on the EPA and force the EPA to actually regulate emissions levels, so important in our fight to combat climate change, we're also number one right now for innovation and what we're able to do in technology. And our Massachusetts GDP is responsible for a lot of this nation's growth. I'll just say that. America needs us, and they need us to do well.
Now, the governor is pushing for what she calls an all-of-the-above approach. That would include solar, wind, gas, geothermal, along with hydro. We'll be back. We're going to take a look at traffic and weather together right after this from Cape Cod 5.
At Cape Cod 5, we're proud to take an active role in helping to create strong and vibrant communities throughout our region. From volunteering to providing financial education to sponsoring local events and organizations, giving back is a part of who we are. In fact, Cape Cod 5 gives over $1.5 million annually to community organizations, making a meaningful difference in the lives of those on Cape Cod, on the islands, and in southeastern Mass. Find out more at capecod5.com, member FDIC.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 7:39, and taking a look at the drive on Route 3 northbound, you're okay from Plymouth as you travel up into Hingham. Even into Weymouth, the delays are mainly in the Braintree stretch after Route 18 up towards Union Street. The expressway northbound, heavy and slow. We picked up a crash in the center lane northbound expressway in the area near Adams Street. Traffic's heavy from Braintree up past the crash at Adams Street, and then more delays up towards Southampton Street. So it's about a 33-minute drive time from Braintree to Boston. Route 24 on the northbound side, not too bad. Some pockets at 140 and 44, and then again as you head up past 139. 93 southbound is slow. Route 37 over to Ponkapog. 128 northbound is busy. 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. And we do have delays down the Cape this morning. 3 south is slow at the Sagamore. Also heavy over the Bourne Bridge getting on Cape. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, very cold to start, 24 degrees, a dew point 15. Though the air's really light, a southerly breeze, 6 miles an hour. Barometer strong, 30.40 inches, about steady. Rather quiet morning, not much air moving around. Starting in the low 20s, upper 20s in the city this morning. We'll see some sunshine mixed with clouds at times. More seasonable, the high 45. Tonight, fair and not as cold, lows near 30. Tomorrow, sun, then clouds will move in during the afternoon especially. Could see a bit of rain by evening in the mid-50s, then rain overnight ending. Saturday looks to be the pick of the weekend. Quite pleasant. Clouds will break the sunshine, a high of 56. Sunday, little sun clouding up, and by late in the day, a shower, a bit of rain, a high of 52. Then colder again early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
27 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 741. That's local news. It's Thursday. I'm Christine James, sending you back to our very own Rob Hakala, right here on 95.9, Sniffles and All, WATD.
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning. Welcome. The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. It is a Thursday, and so tomorrow is the day, Christine. Last night, I did go over to, I should say late yesterday afternoon, was the rehearsal for Dancing with Our Stars. And so I had a chance to view the dancers, all these people that have taken lessons the last several weeks. Again, not coming in with a dance background and competing for that mirror ball trophy.
That is brave. I love that. And
Yeah.
they're sticking their necks out there and they're helping a good cause. That takes a lot of guts to do that, to put it all out there.
Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce One Fund, and so this is a fund that helps businesses maybe as a cushion for when they're going through a little bit of a tough time, maybe to help them out during a. And it started during COVID, and the
Great
reason
idea.
that Fred Astaire Dance Studio in Plymouth, Casey and Forrest, as you know, are a husband and wife team that own a dance studio. And as you can imagine, when the pandemic came into play, that was something that they did not think about would happen when owning a dance studio, is that it's not going to work out so well, just like it was for many restaurant and bar owners and gym owners as well. And so Casey and Forrest needed some help, and they got some help from the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce One Fund. And so since that point, they have given back and have donated all their school's time to teach these 8 individuals to dance. And this is season 5, by the way.
Wow. And now, are you the MC again?
I get to co-host with Casey.
Nice.
I know.
And you've actually been a contestant. I know that you're maybe not a natural dancer.
No,
maybe
I'm not.
in your soul.
Yes,
Maybe-
I mean, I'm not going to
Bust a few moves here.
but I'm not trained in any way. I did take lessons with Casey, and we danced. We did, what did we do? Fly Me to the Moon, right? Frank Sinatra, yeah. I did that even before Dancing with Our Stars started, when we were doing it for a charity to help raise awareness about suicide. It was a suicide prevention awareness fundraiser, and that's where I first got to really work with Casey, and I did it. And then when they came up with this concept, several years ago, I guess season 5 now, they said, you don't have to dance, you just get to host. And I said, okay, that sounds good. I can do that, right? And so I get to co-host with Casey. And so yesterday was the day we went to the Indian Pond Country Club in Kingston. And I wanted to give a shout out to all these 8 dancers, Christine, that you can see tomorrow. And you can watch too, because you don't have to live in the area. Anybody listening this morning can watch on the Local Scene YouTube channel. As we mentioned, it will be for those in the Plymouth area, Comcast Channel 6, I guess, and Verizon Channel 43 are the Local Scene. But for online viewers, there's a Local Scene YouTube channel. You just type in, I think, local SEEN, and that should come up tomorrow at 7:45 is when the live stream will start, tomorrow at 7:45. So it should be fun, and they're going to all be raising money for the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce One Fund. It is a packed house. All the tickets have been sold. What were they saying? Like almost like 400 people or something in that. I don't even know how it holds that many people.
I heard that that's a blast.
Yes,
people love to go there.
Yes,
and
they get all
shout
excited.
on and cheer on their people. I love that.
It is a lot of fun, and because most of these people, they have very good connections with their coworkers, and it's so fun to go out and just have people cheer you on, and it's fun to be those people that like to cheer on. It is, as you said, it's all for a good cause, and everybody's having fun, and no matter who is the winner, it's going to be a fun night. All right, so let's see. I will tell you a little bit about some of the dancers from the Plymouth. The Plymouth Fire Department is Bryson Litvey is going to be dancing. He'll be the number one dancer tomorrow. Bryson Litvey with the Plymouth Fire Department. Then up next, Plymouth Helping Hands for Animals, Deb Balboni. And she's got a great routine planned as well. All of these dancers are going to be dancing to one-hit wonders. So yeah,
that's the theme. I like that.
That's the theme. I like that. I know. I love some of the songs that you'll hear tomorrow. Then the third dancer, Will McCassie from the Plymouth Police Department. He will be there representing the police department. And let's see, up next after that is going to be our good friend from the Pilgrim Hall Museum, Donna Curtin.
Wow.
I know.
A historian and a dancer. I love that.
It's great. I know. Donna Curtin, and part of her dance routine is reading a book as the gentleman approaches. And I said, Donna, what's that book you have there? And she showed it to me. And, of course, it has to do with the early colonial days.
I was going to say History of the Pilgrims.
I know. I said, Donna, that's great. All
Dance
right.
and a little history lesson. I
Donna
love it.
Curtin. Isn't that great? Then Bill Sims, Sims & Sims, LLP. He will be dancing. He's a nice guy. Had a chance to meet him. Then Taylor Stefano will be dancing, and she's going to be great. I think she works at a place called Lone Depot. Taylor Stefano will be dancing number 6. Dancer number 7 from our good friends at Cape Cod 5, Patty Paiva is going to be dancing, and I think she's going to be retiring. So she just wanted to go outside of her boundaries, and have some fun before she retires from Cape Cod 5. As you know, that's a good organization. They'll be there supporting
Absolutely.
her.
Oh, I love that.
And let's see, last but not least is Brendan Elliott from Cornerstone Financial. He's going to be dancing in his says a lot of moves, Christine, as well. Very. I think he's going to go up into the air as well.
Okay, there's always at least one surprise person who lives, just day to day,
I
and
know.
all of a sudden they get out on the floor. It's like, wow.
I know.
You should be hosting.
Very physical.
Whew. Go into the worm or do something else. That amazes me.
Yeah. So he'll be dancing, and it should be fun. So then they'll give out the awards, and the judges will have to decide who gets the mirror ball. There'll also be an award for who raised the most money, because they all have obligations to raise money. So there'll be a top fundraiser. Then they have this scientific device called an applausometer, where they have a fan favorite.
Oh,
so,
like on Queen for a Day.
Yeah.
The applausometer.
Yeah. I guess it works. So they'll go around and then
They're
decide.
not looking. Okay, so it's a winner. It's not that he or she needs a new washer dryer.
No.
Okay, that
no,
was
no.
Queen for a Day.
Yeah, this is just fan favorite, and then they'll do a round of applause for each dancer, and then decide who gets that award. And then someone, of course, the judges will decide who gets to take home that mirror ball trophy and carry that around.
Who wouldn't want that?
Oh, and that's going to be great. And as you heard, there are going to be some really good judges as well this year. One of them is Kevin Hood, who is the Season 2 Dancing with Our Stars dancer. And he is owner of Hood Custom Homes. He'll be dancing. judging this time. He also is a good dancer. Then also Fred Astaire, professional dancer, Dancing with Our Stars Season 3 winner Jen Battle. She'll be there. Then director of the Plymouth Foundation, the always fun Stephen Cole will be judging. He always has good lines. So he's fun. And then country music artist, media personality Ayla Brown.
Wow, what a great lineup.
Wow.
And these people know quality dancers. This should be fun.
Yeah, so it's happening tomorrow, and you can support, so you can donate by, there'll be little QR codes that'll be on the TV and stuff, and you'll be able to see how it all works and support the dancers if you can't be there tomorrow night, because if you don't have tickets now, unfortunately, it's too late. But the rest of us can watch. So Dancing with Our Stars, 7:45 tomorrow night on the local scene, Christine.
Very nice. Dance along at home.
Yes. So
Bust
it should
a few
be fun.
moves.
I'm excited. So
do the funky chicken.
Hopefully the congestion will go away by tomorrow. I just need to sit in a steam room or something, I guess, and clear everything out. Right, Christine? I gotta be ready to go.
Take some Allegra.
Oh yeah, Allegra. Allegra's good. Okay. I picked up the tuxedo yesterday, so it's all dry cleaned, Christine. I was excited. I went.
This is official now.
I know. I got all the suits dry cleaned. I went and picked them up yesterday, and then I was walking out, to the car, and I said, "Wow, they must." I don't know if my pants got longer, but they were going down to the floor, and then I was going to put it in the car because I had the suit jacket, and then something else was with it, stuck to it, and then luckily I looked inside. I said, wait a minute, what is that that's in the suit there? It was somebody else's dress. So I apologized.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Elizabeth, I returned it, and so hopefully it's back in there now.
Imagine that if you'd gone home with that.
I know. It's a good thing because you're just kind of carrying it along because they give it to you and it's all wrapped in plastic, and the suit jacket is all I really kind of noticed. But then something was hanging below, and I just said, well, that's...
Something turquoise with sequins, and you knew that wasn't for you.
Yeah, but I said, well, I don't remember having to hold up my pants to get out the door before. This is a little weird. I said, I don't remember being, but luckily, so then I really looked closer at the item. Can
you imagine if you brought that home, your wife? Why are you bringing home a strange dress, Rob?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I don't think
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know how that got in there.
I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Anyway, that has been returned. Okay. Let's get the update now on the traffic and the weather. Route 3 on the northbound side is slow at the Split. Southbound is slow at the Sagamore. 25 East, busy at the Bourne. And the expressway is jammed from Braintree to a crash that was clearing near Adams Street. And then it's heavy now up towards Southampton Street. Route 6 eastbound, we got a breakdown before 132. And you've got about a 3.5 mile backup, 6 eastbound, breakdown near 132 in Barnstable, and traffic is backed up before 149. Now let's get the details on the South Shore weather, and Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman has all the details for us. And Rob, your report is being sponsored this time around by Contemporary Prosthodontics this time around. For any dental treatment you need all under one roof, visit Contemporary Prosthodontics. Call today for a free consultation or visit contemporarypro.com.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. Any rain will end overnight. And Saturday, clouds breaking to sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you so much, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, we're at 28 degrees at the weather station, WATD. Sports coming up next.
I'm Dr. Wiemeyer from Contemporary Prosthodontics in Duxbury. If you have dental problems such as worn, broken, or missing teeth, dentures that aren't fitting right, or your smile just isn't what it used to be, a prosthodontist is the dental specialist that can help you. We can design a treatment for you that can be accomplished entirely in our office. Veneers, crowns, bridges, dental implants, dentures, you name it. We also offer financial solutions to make it affordable. Call us today for a free consultation, 781-934-2300, or find us at contemporarypro.com.
$7:54, time now for WATD Sports, sponsored by Joseph's Garage in Norwell. Well, it was a win for the Celtics last night at the Garden as the Celtics beat the Golden State Warriors 120-99. Jaylen Brown scoring 23 of his 32 points in the first half. Jason Tatum added 24, and the Celtics get the win. Now, the Celtics will be in Memphis tomorrow night to take on the Grizzlies at 8. The Bruins tonight host the Winnipeg Jets at the Garden at 7. The Red Sox lost to the Yankees yesterday 1-0. This evening, the Sox will host the Twins, and that will be down at JetBlue Park in Florida. And that will be at 6:05 in spring training action tonight. That will be at 6:05, Sox and Twins down in Florida. And as we mentioned, NCAA March Madness opening round of the men's NCAA tournament begins today. We have a preview now from CBS sports reporter Erica Herskowitz.
The field is set and it's time to dance. 16 first-round games highlight the action today, including top overall seed Duke tipping off against 16th-seeded Siena in the East region. Blue Devils star freshman Cameron Boozer won't be taking the Saints lightly.
For us, it doesn't matter who our opponent is. We're going to stay locked in, stay focused. A lot of teams will probably overlook this game, move on to the next game, but we haven't done that all year. Whoever we're playing, we don't even talk about the next team or what's happening after this game. We're always just focused on our matchup.
The defending national champion Florida Gators begin their run as the top seed in the South region on Friday. Erica Herskowitz for CBS News.
7:57, and that's our update on sports.
Stop by the James Library and Center for the Arts and step back in time to experience history brought to life with acclaimed actress Cheryl Faye. On Sunday, March 22nd, Cheryl Faye brings her captivating one-woman show, Abigail Adams, to the James. Through engaging storytelling and multimedia, Faye immerses audiences in the world of the Revolutionary era, portraying Abigail Adams as more than just a First Lady. The show begins at 2 and is presented by Cheever Tavern and Edward and Estelle Mosher Memorial Fund. It's an afternoon sure to enrich with education and inspiration at the James Library and Center for the Arts, 24 West Street in Norwell. For tickets to Cheryl Faye's Abigail Adams and to see a full list of upcoming events at the James, visit jameslibrary.org. Keep your car in tip-top shape at Joseph's Garage. Have your oil changed, tires checked, get an inspection sticker, or just gas at Joseph's Garage, right down the street from the James in Norwell. Joseph's Garage now offers Gulf Pay at their pumps.
Attorney John Duane here, reminding you to listen to Tom Williams Live this Saturday and every Saturday. Tom Williams has over 45 years of experience giving sound advice on wills, trusts, estates, purchase and sale agreements, and family law. Join the conversation live this Saturday morning at 11 here on 95.9 WATD.
Coming up, we have the 8 o'clock news. We're going to check in with CBS right at the top of the hour. In the news at 8, President Trump threatening to blow up a huge Iranian gas field if it attacks Qatar's energy facilities again. Oil prices surge in the aftermath of the attacks. More on that coming up. CBS at 8. Christine James with the local news at 8:03. Next half hour, we'll have Bob Terravecchia from Coastal Heritage Bank coming up. Our Coastal Heritage Bank segment right after the news at 8. Text line always open for you. If you want to connect into the show, you can send a text to 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Our text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. 7:59. Traffic and weather on the 9s. Northbound Expressway is slow from the Braintree split up towards Southampton Street. Southbound Expressway, we had a disabled vehicle at the end of the ramp from Freeport Street getting onto the Expressway South. Route 3 on the northbound side, slow approaching the split. 3 South is slow at the Sagamore. 25 East, slow at the Bourne. Route 6 on the eastbound side, we had a disabled vehicle cleared before 132 in Barnstable. 6 West, police activity in the left lane after Station Ave Union Street in West Yarmouth. South Shore weather for today, we'll have a blend of sun and clouds, 45. Tonight, variable clouds, a low down to 30. We're at 28 in Marshfield at 8.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for What's Next.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin with the Iran war, now in its 20th day, and a new threat from President Trump to blow up Iran's largest oil field if it doesn't stop targeting refineries in the Gulf.
Israel attacked Iran's South Pars natural gas field. Iran retaliated with drone strikes on refineries in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates, and on the world's largest liquefied natural gas export facility in Qatar. Ken Medlock at the Center for Energy Studies at Rice University says the attacks on refining capacity are a major escalation of the war.
That could actually disrupt the flow of energy out of the Middle East much longer than this conflict would ultimately ensue, because you're not going to begin to repair that until the conflict's over.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
U.S. allies are still balking at stepping in to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical shipping channel. Correspondent Cammie McCormick.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says allies are in agreement the strait cannot stay closed, and they are discussing with the U.S. and amongst each other the best way forward.
I am confident that allies, as always, will do everything in support of our shared interest, as we always do.
The French president, meanwhile, is urging U.S.-Iran talks to prevent energy sites from being destroyed.
Energy prices are soaring today. Brent crude up 10% at almost $120 a barrel. Gas prices in Europe have shot up about 30%. Here in the U.S., a gallon of regular is up 95 cents from a month ago to an average of $3.88 a gallon. Screening lines at airports across the country getting even longer because of the shortage of TSA officers. They haven't been getting paid because of the partial government shutdown. Union leader Cameron Koshams.
The morale is getting worse by the day because no one knows when this is going to end. You're waiting in line because government can't do their job, and it's ruining people's lives.
Yesterday, President Trump's Homeland Security Secretary nominee Mark Wayne Mullen urged Congress to break the deadlock and end the shutdown. This is the last day of winter, but it feels like the middle of summer in the West. It hit 108 near Palm Springs yesterday. Heat stifling in Phoenix, too. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is there.
It's not just the triple-digit air temperature. It's the heat radiating off the ground that feels closer to 130 that has first responders concerned.
And fire crews have been busy already rescuing multiple overheated hikers since Monday.
Feeling blue? A vacation to Finland might do the trick. Finland, where you can soak in geothermal hot springs and dine on reindeer, tops Oxford's list of the world's happiest countries for the 9th year in a row. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
28 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:03. Meteorologist Rob Gilman calling for a high today of 45 degrees out there. You're going to see some clouds around. News this hour brought to you by Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Tortola today at 617-797-3277. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Attorneys for former FBI agent John Conley have filed a new motion seeking to overturn his murder conviction, citing newly disclosed evidence tied to mobster James Whitey Bulger. The filing centers on FBI interview records and a handwritten manuscript that the FBI seized after Bulger's 2011 arrest that Conley's lawyers say were never shared with his trial lawyers. In those materials, Bulger allegedly wrote that Conley was not his source inside the FBI and described Conley as a sacrificial lamb, instead pointing to Conley's FBI supervisor, agent John Morris. Conley, now 85, was convicted of second-degree murder in the 1982 killing of businessman John Callahan in Miami.
I'm talking with David Tortolato, local certified reverse mortgage professional from Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, if someone is 62 or older and wants to stay in their home long term, what should they be aware of when comparing a reverse mortgage to all other mortgages?
Rob, I'm asked this question a lot when I meet with families. A reverse mortgage is the only home mortgage that allows the borrower to be in full control of how they pay the loan back.
Wow. So what you're saying, David, is even though principal and interest payments aren't required on reverse mortgages, it's okay if someone wants to make one?
That's correct, Rob. Payments are allowed on reverse mortgages in any amount at any time. But on regular mortgages, monthly payments are due every month without exception.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender. Borrower must occupy home as primary residence and remain current on property taxes, homeowners insurance, the costs of home maintenance, and any HOA fees.
8:05 here on 95.9 News Now, brought to you by the folks at Coastal Heritage Bank. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. A policy has been adopted that spells out how Plymouth Police deal with immigration enforcement. Plymouth Police Chief Dana Flynn.
Back in January, I presented our current department policy on our involvement with immigration enforcement. Selectman Iaquinto had approached me about a month or so ago about getting the word out even more to the immigrant community of what we can and can't do, just to alleviate some of the fear. So she, working along with myself and Deputy LeBreton, came up with a one-page guide. She had it translated in 3 different languages, I believe Portuguese, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. That'll be posted on the town's website. She will be presenting it to different immigrant groups. Again, get our message out and alleviate some fears that people may have in their interactions with the Plymouth Police.
Town Manager Derek Brindisi says the policy will help the Plymouth community understand the do's and don'ts when it comes to local police interacting with ICE.
This really will help people understand, what the town's responsibilities are and what the town's responsibilities do not have to be. So now this is public, we really want to go into the community and talk to community members that have these concerns and really get them to understand what our limited role is when it comes to ICE enforcement.
And the policy will soon be on the Town of Plymouth website. Well, the North Atlantic right whale is a species that continues to struggle with low population numbers.
So these are critically endangered whales. They're the North Atlantic right whale. There's a whole nother population in the South Atlantic that's doing better, but North Atlantic right whales have been struggling for quite some time. These are large baleen whales. They don't have teeth like orca, so they're filter feeders, and their favorite food is copepods, which there's a lot of right here off Cape Cod. And every spring, these whales migrate from their calving grounds in Georgia and Florida. They come up the Atlantic coast, and the mother and calves are arriving right now in Cape Cod Bay. There's an aggregation of about 100 of them off the Nantucket Shoals right now. So exciting time in Massachusetts, and it's our Massachusetts state marine mammal. A lot of folks don't know that.
And Nancy Downs of Oceana telling the South Shores Morning News with Rob Hakala that one of the biggest challenges the whales face is a lack of visibility.
They're hard to see, right? So you might see the spout, you might see the fluke, but one of the reasons these whales are in trouble are they are hard to see. So unlike certain whales that are diving more frequently, right whales are slow moving and they stay at the surface. Particularly the mothers and calves are at the surface a lot of the time, but they're slow moving and black. So for boaters, they're really hard to see, and this is one of the biggest threats to these right whales is getting hit by boats, also known as vessel strikes.
Downs says there's currently an open comment period regarding potential changes by NOAA, or the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, to the vessel speed rule, which was put in place to protect the whales. More information can be found on the Oceana in New England Facebook page. We'll be back to take a look at traffic and weather, and of course speak with Bob Terabecchia from Coastal Heritage Bank right after this from Coastal Heritage Bank.
Welcome to Coastal Heritage Bank. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I'd like to open a checking account.
Absolutely. And what features were you looking for?
Well, I prefer free bill pay and free mobile banking.
Not a problem. Anything else?
Well, I'd really prefer my own drive-through lane.
Now that one could be tricky.
Discover Preferred Interest Checking. The higher your balance, the higher your interest rate. To open an account, stop by a branch or visit coastalheritagebank.com. Member FDIC, member DIF. Minimum opening deposit is $50. Fees may reduce earnings. Bank rules and regulations apply. Ask us for details. Offer good on personal accounts only.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 8:09, and taking a look right now at the Thursday drive. It's been busy on the expressway northbound. A lot of volume, no incidents, but heavy and slow from Braintree up towards Southampton Street. Your drive time about 36 minutes from Braintree to Boston. Route 3 on the northbound side. That's slow right at the top end. Bergen Parkway up to the split. 3 south. Not too bad at the Sagamore. 25 east is a little busy at the Bourne. 24, not too bad. A little slow at 140, and then you're okay through Brockton and Avon. 93 is slow. Southbound Route 28 over to Ponkapog. 128 heavy. 95 up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. Any rain will end overnight, and Saturday, clouds breaking the sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
28 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 8:11. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala and our favorite bank president, Bob Terravecchia, right here, 95.9 WATD.
You got it, Christine. The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. This segment sponsored by Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted. Since 1889, Coastal Heritage Bank growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Community-focused, locally trusted. Bob Terravecchia is the chair and CEO of Coastal Heritage Bank. He joins us now in studio. Bob, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Robert. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well. Yourself?
It's very cool. It's winter's hanging in there, huh? A little bit this morning, 25 degrees.
It is.
Yeah, it was cold.
It is, I know.
Just warmed up to 28.
Yes. Better days ahead, aren't they?
Yes.
Did you all have a good, happy St. Patrick's Day?
Yes, we were here just whooping it up.
Yeah.
Had a fun time.
Tuesday, but it was still good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I had a Shamrock shake. We forgot to wear our green, though.
I did, too. I don't have much green attire, so it's difficult for me. No, unfortunately, but I'm not a curmudgeon on it. I love it. I love St. Patrick's Day. I had a quick ancillary thing, Christine. It's an etiquette question.
Uh-oh.
There was an article in the Wall Street Journal the other day about the art of the Irish goodbye, and I was wondering, if you're familiar with that technique or that, and whether you think that's socially acceptable.
Well, okay, now explain everything, because
I saw
us
something about that on TV too. Why don't you explain that?
So an Irish goodbye is when you're at a gathering and everyone all of a sudden says, "Where's Christine?"
Yeah.
And then you start looking around and Christine has exited the building.
Yes.
So, and it usually can cause, depending on the nature of the gathering, it can cause, some controversy, or you don't notice it.
Yeah.
So it was just, whether or not it's socially acceptable. I thought it was kind of a funny article about the way people do it. They all have techniques, because you get into these parties, and one of the techniques they use is you front load it. So when you get to a place, you go right up to the host, you engage with them, you make sure they know that you were there.
You were there, yeah.
And then later on, you just kind of go into the ether and fade away.
That's interesting, front-loading it. I like that because, see, when you say that, I immediately think of another Irish goodbye that I heard of years ago from a friend with personal experience, and I've incorporated it at moments when I need it.
Which is?
Which is a friend of mine was one of that first generation to move into South Boston when they were going through, some of the so-called gentrification.
Yes.
Like 35 years ago, bought her house. And she grew up nearby. She grew up in Dorchester, so it wasn't like she was, somebody from another planet. However, her neighbor was always eyeing her and never came over. And finally, she's out there scrubbing the marble steps of her house. 8 years later, after she's moved there, 8 years, and the neighbor comes over and says to her, not hello, but so, you're from South Boston? And she starts saying, well, no, I grew up in Dorchester. And before she could finish, the woman goes, too bad. Turned around and walked away.
Nice to meet you.
So every once in a while, it's like one time when Ed was, talking about something he was very concerned about and ranting and raving, I just said, too bad. Turned around and walked away. That's my idea of an Irish goodbye.
Wow.
And I like it.
Wow.
It works. There's no arguing with it.
No, there's no arguing there.
No.
You're cutting it off right then and there.
I like that.
Oh, gosh. I thought that was a little funny article, though.
Yes. Well, I hope everybody did have a good St. Patrick's Day. Let's see. So we're going to be getting into, we're going to be hearing from Mr. Jerome Powell, or we did, and we're going to be playing a cut, right, Bob?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give a listen here to what Jerome Powell had to say here from the Fed.
The forecast is that we will be making progress on inflation. Not as much as we had hoped, but some progress on inflation. It should come as we start to see in the middle of the year progress on tariffs, going through once and then tariff inflation coming down. We should be seeing that. And, the rate forecast is conditional on the performance of the economy. So if we don't see that progress, then you won't see the rate cut.
All right, so there you go. That's what he said. He said they anticipate a cut next year. No, wait, one rate cut this year, but it depends, as always, right?
Yeah, always very data dependent. The chairman mentioned inflation, and inflation as expressed in PCE inflation. Last year, actually, inflation rate was 2.4%, the PCE. This year, it's 2.7% year over year. So inflation is a tad higher than it was last year at this time. And that's a critical data point that Chair Powell does look at. And he's right. He's saying, listen, our target's 2%. It was 2.4 last year. It's 2.7 this year. So in that regard, he's concerned about, getting that inflation rate down. The other metric that the Fed looks at is unemployment. And interestingly enough, unemployment is steady. It was 4.4% last year at this time. It's 4.4% again this year. So the labor market, although earlier in the year had showed signs of deteriorating a little bit, which led to the Fed reducing rates late last year, I think he's seen that unemployment rate has stayed relatively steady. So he's going to be looking at that as it relates to the data points. One thing just to remember, last year at this time, the Fed funds rate was 4.5%, and it's 3.75% today. So it's lower. It is lower than it was last year at this time. We do have one expected rate cut, as you said, Rob, based on the data. One other metric, just to give you, is GDP. So, the growth rate in the economy. So real GDP last year was 1.7%. This year, it's 2.4%. So the economy is actually, when I say real GDP, that's the nominal minus the inflation rate. So what's real growth after you factor out inflation? Okay. So the higher the number, it would indicate that the engine's revving faster. Think of the GDP as RPMs in an engine.
Okay.
Last year, it was 1.7%. This year, it's 2.4%. The engine's revving higher. That's a good thing, right? That means there's a lot of economic activity.
That is a good thing, but is there a but?
No, there's not a but. But
Okay.
typically, when the economy's revving along, right, you don't need to lower interest rates to rev it up higher. You follow me? It's already humming along.
Yeah.
And I think the chairman's really trying to calibrate, where that, based on all these metrics, where we need to be. Now, there's some political, as always, implications to this. The vote yesterday was 11-1 to keep rates steady. Chair Powell, his final meeting as chair is in May. So there will be a new Fed chair, but people, I think, overestimate that. I mean, the chair of the Fed runs the meetings, and they're the voice of the Federal Reserve, the FOMC. However, they're one vote. So
Yeah.
you could have a situation where even if you had a new Fed chair, if most of the governors think that rates should stay steady, the Fed chair has a voice, but it's not a dictator. It's
Right.
not-
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. if
Well,
and doesn't he stay on the board too? He doesn't go away.
he's not going away, so he'll still have a voice. So I think, as
The
much
U.S.
as
economy is.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I want to hear the chairman.
No,
He's more-
what was he saying?
I have no intention of leaving the board until the investigation is well and truly over with transparency and finality. And I would refer you to the statement that was in the Fed's brief that you all have seen, and I won't have anything more for you on that. On the question of whether I will then continue to serve as a governor after my term ends and after the investigation is over, I have not made that decision yet. And I will make that decision based on what I think is best for the institution and for the people we serve.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go.
It's a lot of drama,
Yeah.
and it's self-inflicted. I'm not a big fan of politically charged investigations on either side of the aisle.
Yeah.
And I wish there were adults in Washington that would call both parties out.
Yeah.
Because both parties try to pretend that they're holier than thou. Both parties do it. And it's ridiculous that, you politicize the Fed in such a public manner. I just think it's demeaning to it. There's too
Yeah.
many important things at stake when it comes to interest rates, people's livelihood, that to get these kind of petty squabbles and try to take control of institutions is not good for the government, the country, in
Yeah.
my opinion. It's very unfortunate. So his leadership change, I think, hopefully that these investigations will go away. And
Yeah.
that we can have
It's about his building, right? The
yeah,
building,
it's a normal. I think that those things could have been resolved in the normal course of business.
Yeah.
Does it really rise to the level of an investigation?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody likes to investigate everything now, depending, you're right, exactly on what side you're on. And who's
Exactly.
doing the investigation and who's in power.
Yeah, and
so.
it's what makes it kind of ridiculous is who would want to serve. You want to do well, but are you going to serve in governments and then realize that the next time the other party takes over, you're going to spend the next 10 years of your life hiring attorneys and being investigated and be bankrupt because of every decision you made while you were in power.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's a good look for the country.
No. All right. So, well, we'll continue to watch, I guess. But right now, the rates will be where they are.
Yes, sir. Until, got to clean up what's going on in the Middle East, right? That's the biggest wild card.
Well, that's the uncertainty, right?
That's
and
right.
How long will this go, and the impact on fuel prices
That's
that
right.
affects everything else, I guess, right?
Yes.
So you said even though the GDP is better, but maybe people are spending more money on other stuff.
Well, that's certainly going to drive inflation, right?
Yeah.
That's not real growth. I mean, when you're spending just more money to heat your home or drive to work, that's like a tax.
Yeah.
That's friction on the economy. So I think we would all be better off if the prices come low, but we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah,
We don't know.
exactly. Yeah, that's another reason I'm hoping for a nice early spring
Yes.
Christine, to lower the little heating there. for
Open the
oil.
windows, right?
I know. All right, Bob Terravecchia, Coastal Heritage Bank. He's in studio every week at this time on WATD in the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios, Bob.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Rob.
you.
Feel better, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks,
All right.
Christine.
Here we go. Traffic and weather. We update it every 10 minutes in the morning, and taking a look at the expressway northbound, slow going from the Braintree split all the way up towards Southampton Street. We got a tough ride most of the way up. Route 3 on the northbound side looks good from Plymouth up to, looks pretty good from Plymouth up to Braintree now. Not seeing any big delays. 24 is okay through West Bridgewater up into Avon. 128 northbound has reduced speeds from 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. South Shore Weather is being sponsored by East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps this time around. Get your no-cost energy audit online by visiting eastcoastminisplitsandheatpumps.com and start cutting those energy bills today. East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps. And let's get the details now from Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend, As spring arrives, sunshine giving way to more clouds, a shower late in the day, a high of 54. Any rain will end overnight, and Saturday, clouds breaking to sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds, a shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, we're at 29 at the weather station. WATD Sports next.
When New England winter shows up, your home needs two things: reliable heat and the power to support it. You need the superheroes at East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps.
I'm Pete the Heat. I make sure your system delivers dependable warmth even on the coldest nights.
I'm Danny Voltage. I make sure your home's electrical system can support modern heat pumps safely and efficiently.
And I'm Captain Right Size. I run a manual J-load calculation on every home. That means your system is sized right. Not too big, not too small, and not wasting electricity. Proper sizing means better heat, lower electric bills, and comfort that actually lasts.
No cold rooms.
No trip breakers.
No guesswork.
East Coast Mini Splits and Heat Pumps, your local Mitsubishi Electric Elite Diamond contractor. When winter hits hard, they flip on turbo mode with fast response, tight coordination, and worry-free comfort, creating cozy spaces with Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning systems. Online at eastcoastminisplits.com. Call and ask about Mass Save rebates.
WATD Sports 825, sponsored by Cross Insurance. Cross Insurance sponsoring our sports report. For all your home, auto, and business insurance needs, contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield. Well, a win for the Celtics last night at the Garden. The Celtics beating the Golden State Warriors 120-99. Jaylen Brown scoring 32 points. Jason Tatum added 24 points and 10 rebounds for the Celtics, who have won 3 straight. The Celtics tomorrow will be in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies tomorrow night at 8. Bruins tonight host the Winnipeg Jets at the Garden at 7. Spring training, Sox lost to the Yankees yesterday 1-0. This evening, the Sox host the Minnesota Twins at JetBlue Park at 6:05. And that's your update on sports on WATD.
No matter the season, extreme weather can impact the cost of homeowners insurance. Hi, this is Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Throughout the country, when weather events cause widespread damage, insurance carriers must cover the cost of increased claims and plan for future risks. In response, homeowners insurance rates may rise. Prepare your home for each season and work with Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance. We'll help you determine whether you qualify for any discounts or credits on your insurance premiums. With Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance, you'll have an experienced local agent in your corner and flexible coverage backed by Safety's fast and easy claims services. Plus, by combining your home and auto insurance together with Safety Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Give us a call at 781-848-8600. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
Hello, Chris Bethany of Bethany Builders here. Are you considering an upcoming home improvement project? A home addition, that new garage with bonus room, or an in-law suite for your parents? If so, then let's go. From design to job completion, Bethany Builders has got you covered. Our goal is to keep your project moving forward, on time, and on budget. Bethany Builders provides free estimates. We are fully licensed, registered, and insured. Call Bethany Builders today at 781-898-8018. Find us on the web at bethanybuilders.com and on Facebook.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
Hi, this is Paul Solano of the Paul Ponders Radio Show, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. Please join me for season number 2, Saturdays from 12:08 to 1 p.m. before the music with Ron Dwyer. It was a great first year in the slot of the Boiling Point with Arthur Boyle. We have really informative segments on technology, health and wellness, business and finances, nonprofits, and Paul Pondering Thoughts. Catch you on Saturdays at 12:08 p.m. #Indeed.
On 95.9 WATD. All right, 8:30 news coming up with Christine James. We're coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Maria Allen will join us from South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. We'll talk about the Boss Awards right after the 8:30 news. It's 8:29. Traffic and weather in the 9s. Northbound Expressway tied up. Braintree up to Southampton Street. Southbound side is slow. Columbia Road down to a earlier breakdown near Freeport Street. It's cleared now. Route 3 northbound, not too bad along the South Shore, and not seeing any big delays on 24. 128 on the northbound side. Got delays from Highland Ave in Needham heading up past the Pike. 93 southbound. That's heavy from Route 24 over to Punkapog. South Shore weather for today, a blend of clouds and sun. 45 tonight. Variable clouds, the low down to 30. Tomorrow, sun giving way to increasing clouds, some light rain, a high near 54. 29 right now in Marshfield, 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
29 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:30. A meteorologist, Rob Gilman, says we're going to see a high at about 45 degrees and going to be some cloudiness out there too. News this hour brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. Call 1-888-64-TINIES. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
This is day 20 of the Iran war, and President Trump is making a new threat. Correspondent Jared Hill has our top story.
Overnight, President Trump threatening to blow up a key Iranian gas field if it continues attacks on a liquid natural gas hub in Qatar. Iran says the attack was in retaliation to Israel's strikes on its gas field. Trump posting the U.S. knew nothing about the strike. Multiple Gulf states are calling for calm.
The price of Brent crude has hit $114 a barrel. European gas prices soared 35% today. The national average in the U.S. is up 5 cents from yesterday to $3.84 a gallon. In California, the average, $5.61 a gallon. State Republicans, including Senator Tony Strickland, introduced legislation to temporarily suspend the state gas tax.
Members, this bill is about affordability. It's about immediate relief for California families.
The Democrats, like Catherine Blake Spear, have blocked it.
It funds things that include housing, transportation, air monitoring, CAL FIRE.
That's CBS. A man with a knife died after being shot by police in a Weymouth park. That incident happening at Webb State Park on River Street in North Weymouth. This was about 4 o'clock yesterday. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office says that Weymouth police responded to the park for a report of a man in distress. When officers arrived, they found the man with a knife in the restroom. Now, they are classifying this as an officer-involved shooting. However, they did not directly say that in the press release. WCVB, though, reports a source told them that the man lunged at the officers with the knife and he was shot. Officers immediately rendered medical aid. The man taken to South Shore Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. His name has not been released. That incident is being investigated by the state police and the Norfolk County District Attorney.
It's time to play Final Jeopardy! Our category today is Auto Glass Experts. Here's your clue. This company is AGSC certified, recalibrates your auto glass, and has been the South Shore's foremost auto glass experts since 1978. 30 seconds. Good luck. All right, contestant 1, your answer, Tiny and Sons Auto Glass. That is correct. Contestant 2, your answer, another Tiny and Sons Auto Glass. Well done. Finally, contestant 3, and there you have it, a clean sweep for Tiny and Sons Auto Glass. Seems that was a bit of a no-brainer. Well, would you look at this? It seems with each of your wagers, we've ended in a 3-way tie.
That's right, Alex, because everyone wins when you choose Tiny & Sons. I'm Peter Brown of Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Quality auto care isn't something you put in jeopardy. Go with the most trusted name on the South Shore. Just call 1-888-64-TINIES and thank you.
8:34 here on 95.9 News, now brought to you by the folks at South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Well, joining us now live on the South Shore's Morning News, we have the Norfolk County Sheriff, and that is Patrick McDermott. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Christine. Thank you for having me as always. Appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, your office did something really interesting lately, and I'm not sure that I'm familiar with other departments doing something like this. You have a program that involves several men from inside your correctional center, and this has to do with fatherhood.
Correct, Christine. One of the things that one of the principles that we believe in at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is that reentry begins on day one. So as men come into our care and custody, we want to make sure that we offer a variety of opportunities for them to find better paths than the ones that led them to us. And so we offer dozens of programs and educational opportunities with the goal of reducing recidivism and the likelihood of an individual's return to custody after incarceration. So one of our programs that just recently graduated is called the Nurturing Fathers Program. It's one of the signature programs we have, and it's really an emotionally moving event. It's an evidence-based 13-week training course designed to teach parenting and nurturing skills to men who are in our custody. These are 2-hour courses each week over the 13 weeks, and it teaches effective skills for the healthy family relationships, better communication between partners, as well as child development. And it's a really important skill set that these men really dig into and thrive once they get to graduation.
Don't you think it's kind of foundational? Let's say if some of the inmates in there never had that in their life and never had someone that they could model their behavior on, how would a lot of these people know? And if they don't know what is a nurturing, supportive father figure, that can affect not only have a ripple effect, but affect generations going forward.
I was just about to say that this is a generational thing. A lot of the men that come into our care and custody come from broken homes. They haven't had that father in their life, or even a mother in their life that has nurtured them. So the 4 men that we had graduate from our Nurturing Fathers program, we were actually had some of their families come in, some of their partners came in, and it was remarkable to see, giving these men the opportunity to really reflect openly on the visions that they have moving forward as a father. It included, part of it is seeking forgiveness for their mistakes and commitments to being present in their children's lives while feeling empowered to express feelings and love for them. And that's something that they may not have had expressed to them in the past. So I'm really grateful for the dedication of our teachers who work with these men in our care and custody. And it's programs like these that are part of the investment that we make as a community to provide safety for society, and we hope that these men can better themselves after they get out of incarceration.
Well, it sounds like, like I said, it sounds like an interesting program. Now, another program which I am more familiar with that your department has is the Youth Leadership Academy, and you've got some upcoming deadlines that people should know about.
And we appreciate WATD for helping us get the word out. Yes, our registration for Youth Leadership Academy in Braintree runs through Friday, so we're hoping that people jump on the bandwagon and get their dates set up. We have 6 weekly sessions starting July 6th through August 10th. This Youth Leadership Academy is open to children 10 to 14. We have challenge courses on our ropes course, high and low courses, but it's most important that we develop those good decision-making skills, problem-solving skills, communication, and goal-setting skills, and team building. And you can find more about this. It's one of the best programs for the summer for your kids. Find more on our website, norfolksheriff.com, and check out our youth programs page.
Well, you've got some interesting things going on there in Norfolk County. Again, we appreciate you joining us this morning, and that's the Norfolk Sheriff, Pat McDermott. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. We'll be back with traffic and weather next.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today's everyday American heroes are my teammates, the South Shore Gutter Monkeys service crew.
There's no I in crew.
These warriors of water control operate like a team of ladder-climbing ninjas, working in places that would strike fear into the hearts of most bipedal ground dwellers.
I ain't going up there either.
And with the strength of a lowland gorilla and the speed of a tree-dwelling spider monkey, these rooftop heroes tackle the job of cleaning and tuning up your gutters like Michelangelo painting 16 chapels.
These fellas are athletes.
And blessed with prehensile feet and hands for ladder gripping stability, these guardians of the gutters employ above-average manual dexterity 30 feet in the air.
These boys don't mess around.
To set up an aerial demonstration at your home, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial. Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. The time now is 8:39, and we're looking at delays on the expressway northbound from the Braintree split all the way up towards Andrews Square. Drive time is about a half hour from Braintree to Boston. Just volume, no incidents in terms of any crashes or breakdowns. Route 3 looks pretty good along this South Shore. No major slowdowns as you travel from Plymouth up into Braintree. Taking a look down the Cape, Route 3 South is okay at the Sagamore. You do have some company coming off the Bourne Bridge into the Rotary. Not seeing any big delays on 44 or 24. And it looks pretty good now. 93 southbound easing out. Just a little pocket past Route 24 in Randolph. 128, some reduced speeds from East Street up to 109. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, very cold to start, 24 degrees, a dew point 15. Though the air's really light, a southerly breeze, 6 miles an hour. Barometer strong, 30.40 inches, about steady. Rather quiet morning, not much air moving around. Starting in the low 20s, upper 20s in the city this morning. We'll see some sunshine mixed with clouds at times. More seasonable, the high 45. Tonight, fair and not as cold, lows near 30. Tomorrow, sun, then clouds will move in during the afternoon especially. Could see a bit of rain by evening in the mid-50s, then rain overnight ending. Saturday looks to be the pick of the weekend. Quite pleasant. Clouds will break to sunshine, a high of 56. Sunday, a little sun clouding up, and by late in the day, a shower, a bit of rain, a high of 52. Then colder again early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now, looking at 30 degrees out there, 8:41 on a Thursday. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala right here, 95.9 WATD.
Christine, good morning. The South Shore's Morning News rolls on. And as promised in this segment, we're going to be talking about South Shore Home Life and Style, the Best of the South Shore Awards, the Boss Bash 2026, Best of the South Shore. And I have not only Maria Allen, but Jane Cornyn in here. I got the two founders of South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. They're both in studio. Jane and Maria, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, Rob. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, absolutely. How have you been?
We've been really busy.
I know.
It's a really busy time of year getting ready for summer, if you can believe it.
Yep, that's great. And tell the story again. You guys came together to start this publication, right? Both of you, Maria and Jane. Tell us about how you guys came up with this.
Sure. Well, we've been, I'll give you the short version. We started South Shore Home Life and Style in the spring of 2019, and we both worked in publishing for years, and we started this, a vision and a dream, and we've built it into a great business together. So one of the best things that we do is our Best of the South Shore Awards. So we're really excited to be working on that right now.
Yeah. Everything we do from the very beginning is to celebrate the South Shore and, highlight the positive stories and the great people. And small businesses are the backbone of everything, and we really want to support them because they've been through a lot over the past 6 years.
It's great, and you're right. They have been through a lot, and I think it's so important to really highlight because people take so much pride in their local. That's what I love about how exciting it is to have to hang up a Best of the South Shore award in a store, and I see that when I walk in, because it means a lot, and it's nice that people really get so excited to support their favorite businesses, which is, you guys probably know, right? So how does it work? Voting is still going on, but is time running out?
Yes, time's running out. We end everything on Monday. We had 3 weeks of nominations where we open it up to anybody. Yep. So we got 48,000 nominations this time around, which is incredible, bigger than ever. And then we whittle it down and have the top 5 in each category move on to the voting round. So we only have a few days left.
Wow. Okay. So the 23rd is when it ends?
Yes, correct.
All right. So how do people go and vote? How do they go and do that now?
We have the ballot right on our website, southshorehomelife.com.
Okay.
And so we have more than 240 categories. You can go on and vote for your favorite restaurants, local businesses, shops, beauty salons.
Is one of the new one like place to work or something? Is that a new one?
Yeah, we did add that in this year.
That's a new category. Okay, yeah. It's like best. What is it? Best place to work in a certain town, or
right? We put one in for each town. Best place to work. Okay. And it's new this year, so it'll get bigger and better over the years.
It's a trial run this year because not as many people knew about those categories this year, but it is kind of an exciting opportunity for businesses that don't fit into one of the categories we already have. To be recognized. So
every year we remove some categories that don't get a lot of love or attention, and then we add some that we get requests all year long. Can you add this? Can you add that?
Yeah. We get a lot of requests for new categories, and there is a limit to how many we can really manage. So we try to pick the ones that have the most engagement and also the most businesses that are appropriate for those categories. We don't want there to be one business to be for a specific category.
That's true, yeah.
And just to remind everybody, we are a small business, very, very small, and we try to provide this whole nominations, voting, awards, the whole 9 yards for no cost whatsoever. Anybody can be involved. Anybody can win a prize. There's no an award, not a prize.
Yeah, I should say, but it's really a fun thing, as you know, to vote, and I like, I'm sure many of the people enjoy supporting the places that I love and I know, and it's fun to see a lot of familiar names. People will go on there and you'll see a lot of your favorite businesses on there, whether it be, your favorite donuts or coffee or restaurant. And then, when it comes to food, it really you really dive deep in there. You can go for everything from like chowder to pizza to steak and gluten menu and all this stuff, and so it's really good.
And radio station.
Yes, and luckily there are more than it's hard to believe, but there is more than one radio station, so luckily we can compete in this. And it's nice to have WATD up there, though, as Best FM radio station. We're nominated. And then for Best Personality, I saw that several of our staff members were nominated and made it onto the list. I can't believe they're all WATD names.
I know. You've got a lot of fans.
I know. So
Best local radio personality. So we'll be looking forward to see who comes out on top for that one.
Yeah. Does it get competitive here, between you guys?
Well, no, I mean, because I'm on the list, and then the person that's on after me is Audrey Constant. She's across the hall.
Yes.
But I don't, if Audrey's won before, I've won. We've both won this award, over the last several years. So
I'll just tell you also,
if John Shea wins or Jared or Miles, I'm okay, because as I said, either way, it's an ATD win.
Just 100%. So you know, Rob, we have had questions about the order of the finalists, and there's no rhyme or reason to how the names show up. So when you go on the ballot, you can't really judge who's in the lead by who comes out on top. It does rotate.
Yeah, it shuffles every time. So
okay, that's good. Yeah. And so go and vote. Yeah, if you're listening to us right now, go and vote for WATD.
And a really exciting thing this year is, there's a lot of familiar names, but there's a lot of new names, and we've had more than 23,000 people vote in the area, and about 8,000 of them have never voted before. They're new.
Oh, wow.
So, we keep reaching more people, and everybody really likes to have their opinion heard. And, so.
Well, and over the time that you've done this, you're right. There are many more new businesses that are in the that are out there as well, and it's fun that they get nominated. And I know one of the category, right, is like best new restaurant or something like that. Yeah. So
yeah, that's
kind of
always fun.
And will there be another Boss Bash this year? Or
yes, there will.
Oh.
You were so kind to help us out last year at the Bash, and everybody
right.
I think had a great time. And we've already chosen August 18th at Granite Links.
We love Granite Links.
And the tickets will be available in the next week, I think. So we're going to start.
It was good. It was good music, too.
It was so fun, yeah.
You always get a good band, I notice, your events, right?
Right. So definitely vote in the best band category, because that is.
I recognize their names, too, in there, because I've heard them, these bands that are some of the ones that are in there, and they are amazing.
Yeah.
We have some really good local musicians, don't we?
And we have a local singer-songwriter category as well,
Oh, that's
too.
right, yeah. A lot of names you'll
lots
recognize
of
there,
talent.
too.
Yep, and we have local author. So we have a lot of smaller categories that some, were added within the last couple of years. So people should kind of check those out and make sure they show some love.
Take your time, go through the ballot, because you can change a small business. If they win, it really makes a difference in their marketing and their exposure.
Yeah, this is so much fun. Well, South Shore Home Life and Style magazine, and again, tell us about the magazine so people can order that and become a subscriber. How many issues come out a year?
So it's a quarterly publication. We're just about to launch our spring issue, which our subscribers.
For the YouTube, yeah.
Sure. Yep. Our subscribers are going to be getting this.
Look at that! Look at that!
This
beautiful.
week. Right?
Probably this week. Maybe Monday.
We're supposed to be getting our shipment today. So, and then it will be on newsstands probably about a week later.
Yeah.
And so spring issue, we're so happy for it to be spring. I was so tired of all the snow that we had this winter.
Yes, I think most people would agree with you. Yeah, unless you really love snow, you got your wish this year. But yeah, for the rest of us, I think we're excited about looking forward to the spring and getting outside and really enjoying the warmer air eventually again. So that'll be good.
Yeah. So this issue is really beautiful. It's a home issue, but we do suggest everyone subscribe. It helps us do all that we can do, and it's an inexpensive way to support small businesses, and then you get the magazine first.
Yeah.
And you'll know who won in the Boss first, and you'll read all the stories. And
when does the list come out again of all the winners? That'll be in the...
So we publish it in the summer issue, which comes out in June, and then it also will be posted on the website.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be a good issue, definitely, to pick up. People love reading through that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, make sure you subscribe, South Shore Home Life and Style magazine, and of course, go and vote in these last few days while you can, and then we'll find out who the winners are, and then we'll talk about the Boss Bash again, right?
Awesome, yeah. And tell your friends, you know.
Go out and have some fun and do it. All right, well, we've been joined in studio this morning, Jane Cornyn and Maria Allen from South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. Jane and Maria, thank you both.
Thank you
Rob.
so much.
Time now is traffic and weather time, so let's get back out to the roadways now and see what's going on as far as any issues on the highways. The expressway is still jammed from Furnace Brook up to Columbia Road. Route 3, not too bad along the South Shore. No major delays on 24. And it looks like we have some type of delay here. I'm not sure if it's a crash or a work crew yet, but definitely jamming up 128 southbound after Route 1 in Dedham. You're back to 109. Let's get the details now on the South Shore weather forecast. And the weather forecast is sponsored by Bellstar Jewelry this time around. Bellstar Jewelry, as you know, it is true that Paul Murphy is retiring, so stop by Bellstar Jewelry. They're going out of business sale for the best deals ever. Hurry while the selection is great at Bellstar Jewelry, Anderson Plaza in Pembroke. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. Any rain will end overnight. And Saturday, clouds breaking the sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52. Next, weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Bellstar Jewelry is going out of business. Save up to 80% off store-wide. And for a very limited time, take an extra 20% off every sale price of every piece of jewelry. Nothing is held back. Everything must be sold. Diamond earrings, engagement rings, gemstone jewelry, gold chains, and a lot more. Everything is up to 80% off. And for a limited time, take an extra 20% off every sale price. Only at the huge going out of business sale at Bellstar Jewelry on Church Street in Pembroke.
8:54 WATD Sports, sponsored by Instabright. Instabright, yes, clean it right, call Instabright. Keep your property looking like it should with Instabright's home exterior washing services. Get all the details at instabright.com. That's Insta, BRITE.com. Celtics got the win last night at the Garden. The Celtics beating the Golden State Warriors 120-99. Jaylen Brown scored 23 of his 32 points in the first half. Jason Tatum added 24. The Celtics have won 3 straight. Now, tomorrow night, the Celtics will be in Memphis to face the Grizzlies tomorrow night at 8. Tonight, the Bruins host the Winnipeg Jets at the Garden at 7. Spring training, the Sox lost to the Yankees yesterday 1-0. This evening, the Red Sox host the Minnesota Twins. That will be at JetBlue Park, and that will be at 6:05. Well, as we've been talking about, we've got March Madness to get to, and we have more from CBS sports reporter Erica Herskowitz as we talk about the men's games getting underway starting this evening. Here's Erica Herskowitz.
Seed Duke tipping off against 16th seeded Siena in the East region. Blue Devils star freshman Cameron Boozer won't be taking the Saints lightly.
For us, it doesn't matter who our opponent is. We're going to stay locked in, stay focused. A lot of teams will probably overlook this game, move on to the next game, but we haven't done that all year. Whoever we're playing, we don't even talk about the next team or what's happening after this game. We're always just focused on our matchup.
The defending national champion Florida Gators begin their run as the top seed in the South region on Friday. Erica Herskowitz for CBS News.
All right, and that's our update on sports on WATD.
Hey, home and condo owners. Have you noticed what the exterior of your home looks like? You have years of accumulated dirt, grime, unsightly mold or mildew on any of the exterior surfaces? Hi, I'm Dave Friedman from Instabright. For over 40 years, we've helped thousands of homeowners, condo associations, and businesses keep their properties looking like they should. We expertly wash pool aprons, decks, fences, and walkways, and all types of roofs can be safely, low-pressure soft washed to remove those nasty dark streaks and all other damaging growths. Listen to what a customer has to say.
Hi, I'm Elisa from Hanson. I have Instabright clean the exterior of my home periodically. Instabright's employees are always professional, courteous, and knowledgeable. I believe in Instabright and recommend them to all my family and friends.
Contact us through our website, instabrite.com, and use our new instant quote option to get immediate pricing to clean the exterior of your home. Clean it right. Call Instabright.
Soundcheck Studios, a multi-level music venue in Pembroke, offers Boston-caliber music to the South Shore. 3-time nominee for Best Music Venue of the Year by the Boston Music Awards. Tonight, Night Zero comes to Soundcheck with special guests Weird Fishes. Then, tomorrow night, the E Street Shuffle presents Decades, The Battle of the Boss, with all the best from Bruce Springsteen. And don't miss Graceland, a Paul Simon tribute on Saturday. Tickets sold in advance at soundcheck-studios.com and at the door. It's all happening at the South Shore's best address for live music, Soundcheck Studios in Pembroke.
Have more fun this winter.
Come learn to ski and snowboard with us.
If it's been years since you last skied, this is the perfect place to return to learn.
Then you'll have all season to have fun.
Go to Wachusett.com for beginner discounts.
Whoa!
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
Coming up, CBS News on the way at 9. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the U.S. is clearly winning the war with Iran, but declines to say when or how it will end. More on that coming up. CBS News at 9. Christine with the local news at 9:03. Then we'll be heading into our fifth and final hour. Dr. John Hayes will be in studio at 9:22. And of course, any of your text messages, we got a bunch in. We'll get to those as well. Text the show, 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900 is our text line. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. 128 on the southbound side. It's a slow-moving pothole repair crew. The two right lanes are blocked. 128 south near East Street. You're back to 109. The expressway northbound is slow. Furnace Brook to Andrews Square. Route 3, not bad along the South Shore. South Shore weather. A blend of sun and clouds. 45 tonight. Variable clouds, a low 30. We're at 31 right now in Marshfield. 9 o'clock.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD, here for what's next.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The Iran war is almost 3 weeks old, and Defense Secretary Hegseth has just told reporters there is no time frame for ending it.
It will be at the president's choosing, ultimately, where we say, hey, we've achieved what we need to on behalf of the American people to ensure our security. So no time set on that, but we're very much on track.
As Iran intensifies attacks on oil and gas facilities around the Gulf, Joint Chiefs Chair General Dan Kane assures
U.S. CENTCOM remains on plan to achieve our military objectives and remain unrelenting in our pursuit of Iranian missile capabilities, UAV capabilities.
Now to the Middle East, and correspondent Charlie Daggett in Tel Aviv.
President Trump squaring off against both sides of this conflict, saying the U.S. has nothing to do with Israel's bombing of Iran's gas fields, demanding that Israel stop immediately and threatening to blow up Iran's gas fields if that country keeps attacking energy facilities in the Gulf.
The escalation is driving up energy prices. Crude oil hit $119 a barrel today. Gas prices jumped 30% in Europe. Here in the U.S.,
as Americans wake up this morning, the price of a gallon of regular gasoline is up by 95.5 cents from a month ago, averaging $3.88 a gallon.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger. The president's pick for Homeland Security Secretary, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, could win an initial thumbs up from lawmakers on Capitol Hill today. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
We could see a vote from the full Senate as soon as next week, and we do expect that this will be relatively fast-tracked. We might actually have a situation where we see a new DHS secretary before we see the Department of Homeland Security reopen.
For now, massive backups are getting worse at airports as TSA workers go unpaid and call out sick. This is the last official day of winter, but it already feels like midsummer in parts of the West. Ed Kane works outdoors at a car wash in Las Vegas, where the high for today is 97.
We had a mild winter, so I was telling everybody that I figured we were going to have a hot summer. So looks like we're getting a start on it.
It reached 108 near Palm Springs yesterday, and it's not expected to cool off until Saturday. Could there be news ahead on aliens? CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The White House has registered the domain names alien.gov and aliens.gov. While the administration hasn't said what exactly they'll use the sites for, the move comes just a month after President Trump announced he was ordering administration officials to release government files related to UFOs and extraterrestrials.
This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
30 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 9:03. And meteorologist Rob Gilman is here today, and he says your high, it's going up to about 45 degrees. Going to be some cloudy skies out there. News this hour brought to you by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Attorneys for former FBI agent John Conley filing a new motion seeking to overturn his murder conviction, citing newly disclosed evidence tied to mobster James Whitey Bulger. The filing centers on FBI interview records and a handwritten manuscript that the FBI seized after Bulger's 2011 arrest that Conley's lawyers say were never shared with his trial lawyers. In those materials, Bulger allegedly wrote that Conley was not his source inside the FBI and described Conley as a sacrificial lamb, instead pointing to Conley's FBI supervisor, Agent John Morris. Conley, now 85, was convicted of second-degree murder in the 1982 killing of businessman John Callahan in Miami.
At Cape Cod 5, we know that strong businesses create strong communities. That's why we're committed to being more than just a bank. We're a trusted financial partner dedicated to helping businesses of all sizes thrive. Whether it's a local business looking for its first loan, a family-owned business planning for the next generation, or an expanding company seeking new opportunities, we provide the financial solutions and personalized support to fuel success. Reach out to us. We're here to help. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
904 on 95.9. News now brought to you by Pilgrim Coin and Currency. Get the best value for your coins, antique jewelry, sterling flatware, even pocket watches from local professional appraisers. Pilgrim Coins just off Route 3 in Weymouth. Still no identification yet on a man with a knife who died after being shot by police in a Weymouth park. That incident happening yesterday afternoon around 4 o'clock at Webb State Park. That's on River Street in North Weymouth. The Norfolk County DA's office says that Weymouth police responded to the park for a report of a man in distress. When officers arrived, they found the man with a knife in the restroom. Now, the original information from the district attorney's office was that they called it an officer-involved shooting, but they didn't exactly say that in the narrative that police shot the man. Meanwhile, WCVB reports a source telling them that the man lunged at the officers with the knife and he was shot. Officers immediately rendering medical aid. He was taken to South Shore Hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. His name not released yet. The incident being investigated by state police and the Norfolk County DA's office. Meanwhile, a policy has been adopted that spells out how Plymouth police deal with immigration enforcement. Here's Plymouth Police Chief Dana Flynn.
Back in January, I presented our current department policy on our involvement with immigration enforcement. Selectman Iaquinto had approached me about a month or so ago about getting the word out even more to the immigrant community of what we can and can't do, just to alleviate some of the fear. So she, working along with myself and Deputy LeBreton, came up with a one-page guide. She had it translated in 3 different languages, I believe Portuguese, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. That'll be posted on the town's website. She will be presenting it to different immigrant groups. Again, get our message out and alleviate some fears that people may have in their interactions with the Plymouth Police.
Town Manager Derek Brindisi says the policy will help the Plymouth community understand the do's and don'ts when it comes to local police interacting with ICE.
This really will help people understand, what the town's responsibilities are and what the town's responsibilities do not have to be. So now this is public, we really want to go into the community and talk to community members that have these concerns and really get them to understand what our limited role is when it comes to ICE enforcement.
The policy will soon be on the Town of Plymouth website. Governor Maura Healey says she wants to add 10 gigawatts of power to the state supply of energy. Her goal, to lower residents' bills.
Bring in more energy into Massachusetts to lower your bills.
Governor signing an executive order to bring in new power resources by 2035.
Agencies have been directed to get to work. They're already hard at work at this. And today is the invitation to everybody else. We're a team that's going to work with you. We're all in this together. And every day I need people just getting after it. Every day to figure out ways to get this done, to bring the different kinds of energy sources online. And, somebody said it's unsexy work. It is unsexy work, but it's work that needs doing, that's worth doing.
And the governor made this announcement at a press conference. This was a little earlier this week.
Because this is about Massachusetts. This is about our residents. This is about our businesses. This is about our economy. This is about our future of who we are. And I'm proud of this state. This state leads in so much. Not only were we the first state to take on the EPA and force the EPA to actually regulate emissions levels, so important in our fight to combat climate change. We're also number one right now for innovation and what we're able to do in technology. And our Massachusetts GDP is responsible for a lot of this nation's growth. I'll just say that. America needs us, and they need us to do well.
Healy pushing for what she's calling an all-of-the-above approach that would include solar, wind, gas, geothermal, and hydro.
This is David from Pilgrim Coin and Currency, South Shore's premier rare coin and precious metals dealer. With more than 40 years' experience buying and selling precious metals into state jewelry, our gemologist has both the knowledge and experience to pay the fairest prices for all your broken, unwanted, and estate jewelry. When you're looking for a unique gift, come in and see our ever-changing selection of vintage jewelry. For those interested in purchasing precious metals, Pilgrim Coin has access to a full assortment of gold and silver bars and coins. Trust in the experience of South Shore's only professional numismatist. We carry in stock a broad selection of coins and paper money to satisfy both collectors and investors. Would you like an expert opinion on an item in your collection? Trust in the experts at Pilgrim Coin for an honest evaluation of your coins, jewelry, sterling flatware, and even pocket watches. Pilgrim Coin, located near the intersection of Route 18 and 53 at 399 Washington Street in Weymouth.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
9:09, and the expressway northbound is heavy and slow from Furnace Brook, and that is tough all the way up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. No delays from Plymouth right up into Braintree. We do have delays on 93 South past Route 24 in Ponkapaug. 128 southbound is slow from 109 in Dedham to slow-moving pothole crews in the right lane, 128 south near E Street. Taking a look at Route 3A, it looks like that is jammed up near the Fore River Bridge, so we're seeing delays there in the Quincy-Weymouth area on Route 3A. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
Some sunshine mixed with clouds and more seasonable, a high in the mid-40s. Tonight, fair, low near 30. Tomorrow, sunshine, clouds will move in, and we could see a shower, a bit of rain late in the day, the high 54. Rain overnight, that'll end. And Saturday, the pick of the weekend to get outside, turning quite pleasant. As clouds break to sunshine, a high of 56. Sunday, a little sun clouding up, and we could see a shower late in the day, a high of 52. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now we're looking at 32 degrees outside our South Shore Studios, 9/11. That's local news. I'm Christine James. It's Thursday. Now back to Rom Hakala, right here, 95.9 WATD.
Got it, Christine. Here we go. Fifth and final hour of the South Shore's Morning News coming to you from Broadcast House in beautiful Marshfield. Thanks for listening to the radio, 95.9 FM. Got our big transmitter just down the road from us here in Marshfield. Big tower, transmitter, generating watts. 95.9 FM. And, of course, also on the stream, 959WATD.com. Thank goodness for the stream. We're on the Audacy App, AUDACY. Smart speaker, say play WATD. And hello, YouTube. Say hello, Christine, to the YouTube land. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can watch us there. WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube. And remember, again, is to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. No like, up like, no down, up. There you go. All right, text line is open as well, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. You want to text in on any of the topics we brought up this morning or something you would like to bring to the table, you can do that, 781-837-4900. 4900, 781-837-4900. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. All right, so I guess it was over an hour or so long that the former HR executive, the chief, who was exposed, I guess, and remember the Coldplay kiss cam? Remember that, Christine?
Yes, that's right.
That was the Coldplay concert, and they had the little kiss cam, and they saw the couple, kind of, embraced a bit, and so obviously what they do is they go up there and they want to highlight couples up in the audience, but this couple didn't want to be highlighted, as we remember, because they were both married to different people at the time, and the CEO grew up in Hanover and went to high school with the guy, so that kind of worked out funny. He's in my yearbook, Byron. So, but
was he hugging anybody in the picture?
No, I think it was like a baseball guy.
Okay.
I don't remember him. Maybe it was, so the Coldplay kiss cam HR chief, I guess, sat down with Oprah, Christine, right? Because that's what you do. You go on Oprah.
Spill your guts.
And so I don't
she
know.
say?
It's like an hour long. I don't know. Well,
she
let's
attack
see.
Hanover?
No, she didn't go
Okay.
after Hanover.
Good.
Let's see. Why did she go on? Let's see what she said. Her name is Kristen Cabot, I think. All right, let's play the cut.
For me, my mom always taught us silence is acceptance. I think I mentioned that in the article. And for me and my family, what happened was not okay. And I felt like by remaining silent, it was somehow accepting what had happened. And I really felt also there's a lot of people out there that experienced something similar that didn't either have the strength to come forward or were too traumatized or lost their lives due to some of the things I experienced. And I feel a sense of responsibility for those people to speak out and share what it's really like when people carelessly comment, forward, click, like, and the damage that it can really do.
Wow. All right. So there you go. She seems, I guess, angry that people, talked about it.
I heard she got threatened.
I mean,
just crazy stuff. A death threat.
I don't see why people have to go that far. Obviously, it was going to be a story, though. But you don't have to go after somebody at that point. We had the local tie with the guy. Maybe you want to go after the guy more. I don't know. In any event, now she's speaking out, and she talks about the moment that she.
Let's go to the moment we've all seen. So you're swaying. I don't even remember the song. Do you?
Yes.
What was the song?
Yellow.
Okay. Look, that's Gail's.
I love Yellow. I used to love Yellow, Gail.
Yeah. So you're swaying to the song, and then you suddenly see yourself on the Jumbotron. You turned around.
Mm-hmm.
He ducked. Okay, so you see yourself. Take us to that moment.
Yeah, that was a moment of total horror, is really the best way I can describe it. My immediate thought was, oh my God, my husband's in the building. He was there with someone else, and I knew that, and that was great and fine. But he and I were in the midst of our separation, incredibly amicable. Like to this day, he's been one of the biggest supporters of me through all of this.
Yeah.
He's an incredible man.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing I wanted to do was embarrass him. And that was my first thought when I saw myself in that moment.
All right, there you go. So anyway, she's speaking out on Oprah, coming out, and they've sat for an hour talking about the thing. All right, here's what I want to talk about more. This is a good story that Christine brought to my attention to do a little bit talking about.
13, and Jesse and Matilda.
Okay, so what was it, 19? Okay.
The year is 1913, and Jesse and Matilda Begu are planning a visit with Grandma for their 8-month-old son, James.
Okay.
For the average American child, a trip to Grandma's house is a normal occurrence.
Yep.
But for James, it would be far from normal.
Why is that?
That's because he would be mailed there.
I'm sorry?
Please hand stamp. It's fragile.
Mailed? What is this?
Yeah, big old stamp.
It all started with the addition of the parcel service to the post office.
Okay.
The weight limit for mail changed from a 4-pound maximum to an 11-pound maximum.
Ah, okay.
This allowed for large parcels and packages to be shipped at a fraction of the price of private shipping companies, which had been the standard method of shipping up until then. This made for a shipping revolution, and the U.S. Postal Service saw a huge boom in business. Regulations on what you could and couldn't ship were vague, so naturally people tested the limits. Eggs, bricks, snakes, you name it, they sent it. Technically, there was no postal regulation against it. And that brings us right to babies. So, did Jesse and Matilda wrap James up in a box and drop him off at the nearest post office? Not quite. In the early 1900s, many people in rural areas had at least a friendly relationship with their mailman, as he was their main bridge to communicating with those far away.
Hi, Bill.
The couple knew their mailman personally, so they were confident that mailing him would be a safe venture.
We know this
In fact, there were actually no instances of children being boxed up and sent. They were more like companions or well-swaddled bundles in the arms of the postal workers. The couple paid 15 cents for a stamp, which is all it cost to send the child, and paid a $50 security deposit, and he was well on his way. The mailman took little James about a mile away and safely dropped him off at Grandma's house. But mailing children didn't stop there, and a mile is far from the longest distance. In fact, there are 7 recorded instances of children being sent in the mail from 1913 to 1915.
A very big time there during those 2 years. So when did you find this thing?
I was looking online and I thought, this can't be real. And then I looked it up and I thought,
real.
it is real. It's
This
so
is real.
bizarre. Oh, let me get a forever stamp in case we want to send you to Auntie's house.
Well, I mean,
Isn't that bizarre?
I understand, first of all, how exciting, in 1913 it is when they say it's going to be so cheap that you start to mail, like they said, snakes and bricks.
And a baby?
Well, I don't understand how you get to baby, but I guess they did.
They were pretty tough back then, Rob.
They were, quite... well, people could go through anything. I mean,
Certainly seems like that. Hey, they made it alive to the U.S.
mailing
Post
a
Office.
child clearly wasn't common, but it was much cheaper to buy a few stamps than a whole railway ticket.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, right? You do the math, railway ticket versus stamps. I know the mailman.
I had never heard it. Before that, the strangest thing I ever heard getting mailed was years ago, friends of ours, they were telling us when they were young, the family lived in Texas, and they went across the border when it was safer, and we were vacationing in Mexico, and their car broke down. And instead of paying someone to ship the whole car, they had somebody take it apart like in 4 big pieces, and they mailed it back to the United States. And I thought, that was a pretty bizarre story. I wonder if he was fudging it a little bit. But I saw his mother said, no, that happened.
Wow. So mailed the car.
That was in pieces. That was the strangest story. But I've never heard anything about, mailing a baby.
Well, it really happened. And so I wanted to play that report because I said, that's a fun story just to talk about. We used to mail children as a people.
Right.
Not a lot, but it's just another strange piece of U.S. history
and,
there.
there's probably a Florida version somewhere. Maybe like Gerald the dolphin got mailed. I'm sorry, I can't get rid of that other story.
That was from yesterday about the
dolphin that kidnapped a man and made him
okay, but just be clear, that was a fake story. That was
but I think he's kind of real in my heart.
Yes, Gerald the dolphin, who supposedly
allegedly
drug a man.
Kidnapped. Was it Ricky James?
Yep,
a real Florida name.
To build underwater condos.
Lonnie Don, Bobby Lee.
For the dolphins. And then they put him back on the beach
they
until they're
mailed
ready
him back.
for phase 2. I guess phase 2. So there you go. All right. Well, you can text in on this real story, though, about mailing babies and anything else. 781-837-4900 is the text line. Coming up next, Dr. John Hayes. And we're going to be talking about going online when you have a symptom and just Googling, trying to find stuff out online. Not always a good thing to do. People do it, though, anyway. Route 3, we're going to talk about that next. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore of Plymouth to Weymouth. The expressway northbound is heavy Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. And 128 southbound is slow from 109 in Dedham to a pothole crew in the right lanes, 128 south after E Street. South Shore weather. Let's get the details for you for today. A blend of sun and clouds. We're going to head up to 45 tonight. Variable clouds, a low 30. And then tomorrow, sun giving way to increasing clouds. We'll have a shower coming in later tomorrow with a high up about 54. That shower coming in late Friday. Then for Saturday, a blend of sun and clouds and a high near 57. Right now, we're at 32 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Weather forecast is sponsored by the Life Care Center of the South Shore. They're looking to hire full-time, part-time, and per diem nurses and nursing assistants for all shifts. Contact them directly or visit lifecarecareers.com. lifecarecareers.com.
Hi, I'm Beth Burke, Director of Admissions and Marketing at Life Care Center of the South Shore.
And I'm Sam Corey, Executive Director of Life Care Center of the South Shore. Choosing a nursing home for short-term rehab or long-term care is serious business. You want a place whose focus is on great care, exceptional rehab, and a clean, home-like environment. We will do whatever it takes to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
Should you need to go to a skilled nursing and rehab center after a hospital stay, Life Care Center of the South Shore is here for you. Our trusted care team has helped thousands of folks get better and back home quickly and safely after a hospital stay. So if inpatient short-term rehab is for you, use your voice and make the right choice. Tell your doctor or hospital you choose Life Care Center of the South Shore. Please call me, Beth Burke, at 781-545-1370 to schedule a private consult or tour today.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News rolls on. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team, and it's time now to check in with Dr. John Hayes. For a better experience at the doctor's office, try Dr. John Hayes' new, highly personalized and affordable direct primary care practice. Find out more at drjohnhayesjr.com. That's drjohnhayesjr.com. And there he is in studio, Dr. Hayes. Good morning.
Good morning, Rob.
All right, so this week's topic, self-diagnosis roulette.
Yeah, this is something that's becoming, instead of less of a problem, much more of a problem.
I would think so, because it's there, and now also you have Chat GPT,
well,
right?
We do. We have AI for sure.
So I can ask anything I want.
Well, hey,
and you can ask, but
you can ask, but be careful. I've already had this conversation with one of my mentors earlier today. It's a tool. That's it. It's not.
No, that's good.
Not the be all, the end all. We use it as a tool. It's very valuable. But
and you talked about that. Almost like right as soon as I met you, you talked about hey, there's nothing wrong with technology, but remember to use it as a tool.
Well, AI is called artificial for a reason. Yeah, so exactly. Just remember.
All right, so we're going to get into, but even before that, you're right. As soon as people could Google or do anything, they have been doing this. So
and social media has made it much worse.
Okay.
Because and the worst is, if you've seen my videos, the worst of it is Saturday mornings. Oh my God.
Really?
You open Instagram on a Saturday morning sometime, you take a look at the number of ads there are.
Oh wow.
For this condition, that condition, nail fungus, back pain, neuropathy, headaches, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just through the roof. And the problem is, the problem is, if you're the consumer, you get sucked down this rabbit hole. Now, if you're a marketer, you're going to be really impressed because the marketing is really, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's engaging, it's effective, it sucks us in, it draws us to, gives you the option to close and buy right then and there. So in terms of marketing perspective, it's really good. In terms of health, though, not always a good idea. Really not always a good idea. And, the reason that we titled this article Roulette is this is exactly what we see patients doing. It's not uncommon. In fact, it's more and more common now than it was even a couple of years ago when we first spoke about this, where patients will come in, so do you have a primary care physician? Yeah, but I never can see her. How come? Well, because she'll never order any labs that I ask. Okay, that's a reasonable reason to go elsewhere. And patients tell me that a lot. So they go to a physician, they want to have a conversation, say, look, I've got relatives with this, relatives with that. Do you think we can at least do some of these labs? Says, no, they're not indicated yet, et cetera. In the insurance model, that oftentimes is what happens with patients. So it's not always their fault. So what happens is too often patients are left looking. And they look and they search and you search and you're going to find things about, and even something as simple as back pain or, neuropathy and chronic pain, a lot of things that we take care of. And the issue becomes is that a lot of people positioning themselves as experts are not physicians. And I was thinking about this on the way over. There are a lot of people that have valid opinions and valid evidence, but there is no substitute in healthcare to physician education and training. Believe me, I've been there. I've done it. I was a chiropractor. I did training in clinical nutrition, practiced for many years. There is no substitute for full-level, full-on medical training, being an MD or a DO with residency, period. And that's one of the biggest objections to the woman who is actually being positioned to become Surgeon General.
Oh, wow.
Never completed residency, dropped out. Okay?
Oh,
Another
okay.
whole story. But that's one of the objections. There's no substitute for completing the whole course, because the stuff you learn is incredible. And just by having that experience, you will pick up on some of the stuff. I've had this happen a couple times already this week where I'm looking at lab panels that was done by this person, lab panels done by that person, all the same patient. And I had to say, did they ever tell you that you actually have this as an underlying condition that may be responsible for what's going on? No, nobody ever mentioned anything. Why? Because they weren't ordered by a physician, and a physician never looked at them. Just be careful. Be very, very careful. And that's what I really love about what I do in direct care, is that we have the time, and we're dedicated to, helping patients in a different way because we're completely independent.
Well, certainly we know that the reason people do want to go on is they are looking for answers. But
exactly.
Remember, and I applaud you for trying to find an answer to your issue,
right.
But remember to go to the correct source. And you go on there and you're right. I mean, you write about it in the blog, but typically because there are many things that could be, there are a lot of these same things will be, almost everything, it seems you look it up and it's like a form of cancer. And you just, I must have cancer.
Well, that's true. But on the diagnostic perspective, this has always just drove me crazy, but you can potentially call yourself a functional medicine practitioner simply by taking some courses online in functional medicine, not necessarily be a licensed healthcare professional.
Oh, wow.
Sadly.
Wow.
So that does happen. It does happen.
Well, so be careful when you're on there. And the first thing, of course, is talk to a physician and make that appointment. And as you said, find out what exact tests you really need.
Yeah, don't miss the basics. Don't. And this is I say this time and time again. Don't miss the basics. It's okay to do deeper dives, but do it in a stepwise, organized fashion with a physician guiding you, so you know what you're doing. And be very careful of some of the online stuff. Just be very careful. And all these, functional health panels and all that stuff. Some of it might be extremely valuable for you, but oftentimes it's not because you're missing some underlying pieces.
Okay. So again, it's better to stay informed and also to stay educated as well.
Yeah, and be careful and save the money.
Yeah.
What some people are spending, thousands and thousands.
Yeah. This is a thing that you must see too, because I've been seeing it on YouTube a lot as I try to go on. There are more people that are always selling, and I'm just trying to get to whatever I'm watching, but I'm wondering why it's not illegal, but they're saying, I'm sure you must see there's a hack or this does this, or people are...
Claims, I know.
Yeah, but I'm seeing too many of them now where I'm wondering, should this even be allowed? Because I'm wondering, what are they're saying, I'm going to sell you this product, because it's going to be taken off the market or some other thing. Yeah. And I don't even know how you could go on and make a video.
So you could turn it into a drug ad. You would have 2 minutes of the contraindications and the things the reasons it could kill you.
Yeah.
So anyhow, well, the world we live in.
All right. Well, Dr. John Hayes, for people, of course, to get in touch with you, your practice is in Marshfield.
Correct.
And people can, it's on School Street, and the number is 781-659-7989, 781-659-7989. Text or chat that number. And if you want to read the blog, go to drjohnhayesjr.com. That's drjohnhayesjr.com, and you'll be able to read about all of the different articles and topics he gets to, including this latest one about something I'm sure we've all been guilty of from time to time, which is just trying to go online and Google and make that self-diagnosis. But again, it can get you into a lot of trouble, and as you said, go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, so just be careful. Be careful and ask for help. Ask for real help. If you don't get it in one place, get it in the other, and that's what we do in Direct Care.
That's Dr. John Hayes, who joins us in studio every week at this time on WATD. Thank you, Dr. Hayes.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, take care. We'll talk to him next week. He joins us in studio every Thursday at this time on WATD. And if you have a question for Dr. Hayes for next segment, you can always text us as well, 781-837-4900, because remember, he's here every Thursday, 781-837-4900. Let's get an update now on the ride, and the expressway northbound is heavy Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 is okay along the South Shore, no delays on 24. 6 West, we get a crash after Quaker Meeting House Road in Sandwich. Left lane blocked, fire department on scene, just the right lane getting by. 128 southbound is slow, 109 in Dedham to a work crew. Slow-moving pothole repair crew in the right lanes, 128 south after East Street. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details now for you. We're going to have a blend of sun and clouds, 45 tonight. Variable clouds, a low 30, and then tomorrow, sun giving way to increasing clouds with a light rain shower Friday afternoon with a high near 54. Right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature 32. We finally made it up to the freezing mark, starting out in the low 20s this morning. We're at 32 right now in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Weather is sponsored by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net.
Harmful UVA, UVB sun rays are a bother. It's time to visit King Optical in Braintree for a new pair of sunglasses. Hi, I'm Dina from King Optical. The right prescription or even non-prescription sunglasses do make a difference. Come to King Optical and choose from traditional sunglasses, custom tinted, polarized lenses, or transitions lenses. We literally have thousands to choose from. At King Optical, we also offer walk-in express service. King Optical, 20 School Street West in Braintree, just off Washington Street, and online at kingoptical.net.
In the wilds of winter, the snowbanks grow taller, the roads grow narrower, and the cars grow confused.
Recalculating route. Recalculating route.
I swear this road was wider yesterday.
You too, huh?
If your morning commute has turned into bumper cars with snowbanks, don't panic. Bring your vehicle to Luchetti's Complete Auto Center. Whether it's a crunched fender, a mysterious new rattle, or a bumper that now points slightly east, they'll make it right. Their expert technicians handle everything from collision repair to alignments and winter wear and tear. When it snows, trust the name you can bank on. Luchetti's. You can't compete with complete.
This is Mike McNamara. If you are taking income from your portfolio, you are vulnerable to bad stock and bond markets. How much income to take and where to take it from is a mighty big decision if you're retired. What's the best way to do that? What can you do to protect yourself? We have some thoughts on that. Give us a call if you'd like to talk. 781-834-2010 or McNamaraFinancial.com.
Hi, I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Join the Talking Information Center on Thursday, April 16th at the Barker House in Scituate as we celebrate an incredible community of listeners, volunteers, and supporters. Enjoy an evening of dinner, entertainment, and exciting auction items while we mark 48 years of providing vital reading services for the blind, low vision, and print-impaired communities. Learn more at ticnetwork.org, and we'll see you on April 16th.
WATD, winner of 5 Sound Bites Awards from the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association for Radio Excellence, first place for Spot News, and Merit Awards for Air Personality, Excellence in Sound, Public Service Announcement, and Sports Play-by-Play. We're proud to be the South Shores radio station, 95.9 WATD.
We are proud to be the South Shores radio station, 95.9 WATD. Coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. I'm Rob Hakala. Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Coastal Heritage Bank. And WATD, as you know, nominated for Best of the South Shore Awards, so please vote. South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. We had the founders of the magazine in studio this morning. They'll be up on our YouTube channel. Yeah, Jane Cornyn and Maria Allen, two very nice individuals, and they put out a great publication, South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. I'm a big fan, and and I'm happy to be nominated. Of course I am. But WATD is nominated for Best FM radio station, and I'm one of 5 individuals nominated for Best Air Personality. However, the way it worked out this year, now sometimes, they have somebody on there, from like one of those Boston stations or maybe another radio station in the South Shore. But this year, all 5 that made it through the nomination round are from this very radio station. So no matter if I win, that's great. But even if I don't win, someone from WATD will win. And so that's a win for me. It could be Audrey Constant, the woman right across the hall from me right now. Audrey Constant is great. You can vote for Audrey. You can vote for John Shea. He does a great job. And then, of course, 2 talk show hosts that have so much passion, put a lot of work into their show. I think you'd have to say that. They always show up. JV Team, Jared Valenzola, and Miles Heeger. 5 individuals. And you're right, Christine, Chris, and Sophia up for Best Podcast for the Bethany Builders podcast. So go and vote for us if you can. And vote for those other businesses as well. South Shore Home Life and Style magazine. All right, we'll get to traffic and weather, and then we're going to do the local track with John Shea in just a moment. We also heard from CBS's Stacy Lynn. Are we going to know more about UFOs and extraterrestrial life? Do you think? Now, again, yes. No, there is always the fact that life could exist elsewhere, but again, it could be just like, like a single cell thing, or, like some mold somewhere else. You want like a real creature that speaks, right? That's what everybody wants. But will we ever find that? Who knows? I mean, certainly I think something's out there, but if we're going to see it, I don't know. I'm still waiting to go back to the moon in my lifetime, so I think I might be asking too much.
Are we alone in this universe?
We recently had a close encounter.
We may soon find out what intelligence agencies have learned about unidentified aerial phenomena.
What did you expect to find? An answer.
The Trump administration has registered 2 domain names, alien.gov and aliens.gov. While it's still unclear what the sites will be used for, the president recently ordered agencies to begin identifying and releasing government files related to out-of-this-world findings. Stacy Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Ooh, and after criticism from President Trump that U.S. allies aren't willing to assist in keeping open the Strait of Hormuz, the NATO chief is weighing in. Here's Cammie McCormick.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says allies are in agreement the strait cannot stay closed, and they are discussing with the U.S. and amongst each other the best way forward.
I am confident that allies, as always, will do everything in support of our shared interest, as we always do.
The French president, meanwhile, is urging U.S.-Iran talks to prevent energy sites from being destroyed.
That's Cammie McCormick reporting. It is traffic and weather time now, and then we'll get the local track with John Shea. But right now, let's get a look at the ride. Expressway northbound, heavy Adams Street to Southampton Street. 6 West, a left lane crash after Quaker Meeting House Road in Sandwich. Just the right lane gets by, over a mile backup. 128 southbound is slow from 109 down to Pothole Cruise, moving slowly southbound on 128 southbound just after or near East Street. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. South Shore weather. For today, we'll have a blend of sun and clouds with a high near 45. Tonight, variable clouds, low down to 30, and then tomorrow, sun giving way to more clouds, and then we'll have some light rain moving in late Friday with a high near 54. Right now, 33 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. It's time now for the local track. We highlight a local artist every morning at this time, and John Shea is here. John, who do you have for us?
Thank you. The Thursday local artist of the day is BB Stockwell. BB Stockwell hails from Boston, and she's had an incredible year and a half or so here in New England, headlining Boston Calling last summer, and this coming summer she'll be headlining the Levitate Music Festival. To stay up to date with what she's up to and to find all of her music, follow BB Stockwell on the socials. This is called Minor Inconveniences. From BB Stockwell, your local Thursday artist on 95.9 WATD.
Cold feet, wet floor, sunlight through the front door. My head hurts, my back aches. Mom calls as my voice breaks and she asks me how I'm doing, and I say I'm fine. Burnt toast, milk spat, stubbed my toe on the doorstep. My cat's lost, my key's gone. My neighbor mows at the break of dawn, and they ask me how I'm doing, and I say I'm fine. They say the minor inconveniences are part of the experience of life. And these minor inconveniences are part of the experience of mine. Stranger from last night, overstayed like a bug bite. I found him in my kitchen, doing all my dishes, and he asks me how I'm doing, and I say I'm fine. They say the minor inconveniences are part of the experience of life. And these minor inconveniences are part of the experience of mine. And I know now that it's alright. It just takes time to breathe again. It just takes time to breathe again. They say the minor inconveniences are part of the experience of life. And these minor inconveniences are part of the experience of mine.
It's our local artist for today. That's BB Stockwell and Minor Inconveniences on 95.9 WATD. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Audrey's coming up at 10 with a big midday show. We'll get to traffic and weather. And, of course, your text messages. We get a lot of great text messages to go through this morning. A little backed up here, but we'll get to all of those text messages. No, the text messages. Back to Carrie, Judy. We'll also have a special... Oh, Judy, okay. She wants us to do a tribute to her husband, I believe, who just recently passed away. Judy, okay, I'll read that for people as well. We'll have that. Nina checked in, and Matt and Van. We'll get to all those text messages. And you, if you want to text in, you can be a part of the show. All texters are welcome. You just send your text message. It's very easy to send it. You just text us in at 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900 is our text line. If you want to connect with us. All right, so let's get a look at some history here before we wrap things up. Today is the 19th of March. And it was this date, big event. I know, here we are back in the Middle East. This time it's Iran, but it was 23 years ago, March 19, 2003, President Bush ordered the start of war with Iraq with airstrikes on a bunker where Saddam Hussein was thought to be hiding. Correspondent David Chater was one of the few Western journalists that was still in Baghdad at the time.
Things do seem to be heating up. I still don't see any explosions on the ground. I'm beginning to take cover now.
That was 23 years ago. It was this date in 1918 the U.S. Congress established time zones. How about that? Yeah, and also approved daylight saving time. Yay, we love that. 1831, one of the first documented bank heists in U.S. history, when burglars stole $245,000 from the Citibank on Wall Street. Most of that money was recovered. And it was this date, 1979, 47 years ago, for the first time ever, the House of Representatives allowed the public to watch its proceedings on television in 1979. CBS's Mayra McLaughlin reports on that. This was from 1979.
The members who spoke were coiffed to perfection, but no attempt had been made to dress up the tedious legislative process.
Pursuant to the provisions of Clause 5B of Rule 1.
The voice heard there, do you recognize that voice on the House? That was then Speaker Thomas Tip O'Neill. Yeah, 1979, March 19th, they said, let's bring in some cameras, and people can watch the people do their work for the people. There you go. Any big C-SPAN viewers out there, listeners? C-SPAN? Yeah. Good stuff. All right. C-SPAN. Day-to-day business via a television channel. 1979. All right, coming up, we'll get to the entertainment report, and then we're going to wrap things up here on this Thursday morning. Right now, let's get a check of traffic and weather. Northbound Expressway, heavy from East Milton up towards Andrews Square. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. Not seeing any big delays on 24 and 6 West. We had a crash working 6 West in the left lane after Quaker Meeting House Road in Sandwich. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. And now let's get the details on the South Shore weather. And we have our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. Rob is here with all the details.
A nice looking sky. We'll have some sunshine mixed with clouds. A high of 45, not quite as cold as yesterday, though the day started chilly in the low 20s. We'll drop to 30 tonight under a fair sky. Tomorrow, starting a little more pleasant trend as spring arrives. Sunshine giving way to more clouds. A shower late in the day, a high of 54. And the rain will end overnight. And Saturday, clouds breaking to sunshine. Nice, the high 56. Sunday, some sun will mix with clouds. A shower, a bit of rain late, a high of 52.
That is our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, and right now we're at 34 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD.
Good morning, Nance.
Is it? I don't think so, Tish.
Why? What's wrong?
The winter is so long, and the Marshfield Hills General Store is out of eggnog.
You drank it all.
Yeah, I know. I had to go on a statin, too, but it was so worth it. But now I have nothing else to look forward to.
Of course you do. There are plenty of other things to drink and eat at the general store. We've got freshly brewed coffee every morning and an excellent selection of beer and wine.
Okay.
And we have muffins and scones baked every day.
You know, a bottle of Pinot and a scone sounds pretty good right now.
It's 10:30 in the morning.
I'm craving the eggnog.
Listen, stop in the store today, and I promise you'll cheer right up. We have a great selection of candy, fun gift ideas, jewelry, scarves, houseware, office merchandise.
Wow, all in one place? That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, Nance.
My God, you are arrogant. Get over yourself.
Why do I even talk to you?
The Marshfield Hills General Store, 165 Prospect Street, Marshfield Hills.
I'm Steve Carell, and I approve this message.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-269-3454. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-269-3454 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-269-3454 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-269-3454.
According to the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, financial planning involves looking at a client's entire financial picture and advising them on how to achieve short-term and long-term goals. That plan should be in writing and reviewed on a regular basis. I hope that you have a plan in place and you are on course. If you don't, you might want to give us a call. We can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
If you're interested in local art, don't miss the unveiling of the Garden of Threads. This must-see community art piece was handmade by children, teens, and adults to create a beautiful felted tapestry for people of all ages to enjoy. So stop by for art and light refreshments at the Scituate Town Library in the gallery on April 8th at 5 p.m. for their grand unveiling.
This is the CBS Entertainment Report. Hard to believe this turns 25 this year. Jay-Z with Izzo, his breakout hit from the Blueprint album. And to mark the anniversary and the 30th anniversary of his debut album, Reasonable Doubt, Jay announcing 2 shows here in New York at where else? Yankee Stadium this July. How about Dua Lipa? Well, not exactly, but Dua Lipa is the new brand ambassador for Nespresso. See what we did there? We'll see her in the ads next month. Don't worry, though, George Clooney ain't going anywhere. He'll be involved, too. For CBS Entertainment, I'm Matt Wolf.
Hey, it's CBS News business analyst and certified financial planner Jill Schlesinger. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Audacy app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Ray Brown from the Talkin' Bird Show. Every Sunday morning, 9:30 to 10, here on WATD. The show is about bird watching in your backyard and beyond, and conservation, because if we don't protect our planet, we can't save our birds. We feature expert guests every week, and we give away some pretty nice prizes in our Mystery Bird Contest. It's Talkin' Birds, no G in talkin'. Sunday mornings at 9:30, here on 95.9 WATD.
All right, let's wrap things up here. Let's see what the mailman has brought for us. Oh, it's a baby. Thank you, mailman. No, the post service not delivering babies anymore. We found out they did that, though, in 1913. Those were the days. Thank you, Christine, for sharing that historical fact with us today, as it did happen. Again, you know, they didn't have a lot of rules. You know, this is sometimes, I know they always say, well, why do you have to make so many rules? Well, if there isn't a rule for it, chances are someone will probably try it. And there was no rule against mailing babies back then. Again, it was much cheaper than getting a ticket to send your kid to see grandma. Okay, let's see what we have here. The mailman has brought us Van from Middleborough. Good morning, Rob, Christine, and the morning team. I just cast my ballot for Best of the South Shore. And Van says, I voted for WATD in every category that you were in there. Oh, well, thank you, Van from Middleborough. Appreciate that. Matt from Pembroke, good morning. I had a long couple of days in Newport, and I'm heading back there again this morning, says Matt from Pembroke. Go Bruins against the Winnipeg Jets tonight. The starting goalie for the Winnipeg Jets is the one that won the gold medal in the final game against Canada. He's excellent, and I'm sure the Bruins will have their work cut out for them. They need to get as many wins as possible in order to make the playoffs. The Bruins have lost two overtime losses for the Bruins. So they're going to be at the Garden hosting the Winnipeg Jets tonight. But I didn't know the starting goalie is the guy that won the gold medal for the U.S. So yeah, probably is good in goal. Pete from Hingham, thank you for checking in. Always good to hear from Pete from Hingham. He was checking in this morning. And thank you for the text there. We also have Nina in Scituate. The Irish goodbye, she said. She heard us talking about the Irish goodbye. She says it's also making fun of how long it takes people of Irish descent to say goodbye, especially at a wake. People say goodbye to every friend and relative, which takes 30 minutes to an hour sometimes to say goodbye. The new generation has created their own farewell. It's called Fade to Black. You do not just say bye to anyone. You sneak out the door. Yes, there are some people that do that. Let's see. Gray Wolf from Kingston, still in rehab. Hopefully I'll be getting out soon. I've got so much mail to go through. It's going to take me a month to get through it all. Jimmy V says, the lady that won the Bellstar Prize is my neighbor. I recognize the voice. That's great, Jimmy. Okay, that's good. All right. Carrie from Pembroke says, let's see. Building 19 used to have fudge. I didn't remember that. Building 19 in Hanover used to have fudge in the front of the store on Route 53 a long time ago. Missed the Building 19 fudge. Okay, well, of all the things at Building 19, I wouldn't think about the fudge. So there you go, Carrie. Let's see. And Judy from Marshfield Hills wanted us to do a tribute to her husband. So I'm going to read this. She said I can read this on the air. My beloved husband, Bob Price, passed away Tuesday night while in home hospice with Croy Health, 95 and a half years old. The attending nurse was so compassionate and helpful to us, sending thanks to them and all the friends and neighbors who helped as I was caring for Bob Price. Also, thanks to the Marshfield Hills Fire Department for their friendly and respectful assistance over the years. People in Marshfield Hills may remember my husband, Bob Price, as the older man who smoked a pipe. There you go. 95 and a half years old. That is a long life. And Judy, our thoughts are with you and our condolences and to all that knew Bob Price. So we wanted to certainly mention that. And it sounds like he's going to be missed and did have quite a life, though. So, Judy, we're sorry for your loss. And we're happy to read that for all that knew Bob. And we will talk to you tomorrow on WATD starting at 5 a.m. Friday edition of the broadcast, Name That Tune with Stephen Karadianis, and a whole lot more coming up tomorrow. Audrey is next.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Didn't ride no more.
Bye-bye.
She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
The South Shore's breaking news.